Jim Ryan, ABC News.
If you own a small to medium-sized business that kept employees on payroll through COVID, you may have a big cash refund waiting for you. The Employee Retention Credit is a tax credit of up to $26,000 per employee. And now, more businesses than ever qualify. The experts at RefundsPro.com specialize in cutting through the red tape of qualifying for this government program. Most of their refunds are over $100,000. Even businesses that have received PPP funds may be eligible. And there are absolutely no fees unless you receive a refund. So there's no reason not to apply. If your business experienced shutdowns, limited capacity, supply chain challenges, or reduced revenue due to COVID, you likely qualify. RefundsPro.com has already helped hundreds of businesses. So don't lose the refund you're owed by missing the deadline. Get started today with a free 5-minute questionnaire at RefundsPro.com. That's refunds with an S, pro.com.
KHOW News Time, 10:03.
The 3 suspects in the rock-throwing crime spree that killed 20-year-old Alexa Bartell in court today. They're charged with first-degree murder, extreme indifference. Defense attorney Scott Robinson says in the eyes of the law, it doesn't matter who threw the rock that killed Bartell.
If you are a compliciter, that is, you're involved in the crime, even if you're not the rock thrower or the shot firer, you're equally guilty, at least in terms of the legals, as the person who throws the rock or fires the firearm, whatever the weapon is that causes the injury or death.
He says the extreme indifference part of the murder charge presumes universal malice, committing an act where the suspect doesn't care who might be injured or killed. The Broncos expected to remain on the sidelines tonight during the first round of the NFL Draft. The Broncos do not have a pick in the opening 2 rounds after trading away their selections. Denver is set to pick twice in the 3rd round at number 67 and number 68. They have 5 overall selections. That's the latest. I'm Chad Bauer.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's.
Calming down throughout the Denver metro as we hit that 10 o'clock hour. Some slowdowns remain around the downtown area. I-25 southbound, we're looking at speeds in the 30s and 40s between 56th and Spear Boulevard, just south of there. 6th Avenue eastbound, regular congestion on the off-ramp to I-25 southbound. Jammed up traffic back from Federal. Heading northeast to Commerce City, I-270 westbound, regular slowdowns between I-70 and Vasquez. Fox 31, pinpoint weather, another cloudy day. It's sunny right now, and we are expecting some warmer temperatures than yesterday, with highs pushing the 70-degree mark in the afternoon. Overnight low of 33. The current temperature in Denver is 62 degrees. With your Impact Traffic and weather, Mark Swan, 630 KHOW.
At Lowe's, pros can save on the brands you trust.
Mark,
right now, save up to $50 on select tough-built products. Lowe's knows savings.
All I see is Mark. You want to talk to Mark?
Yeah.
Purchase. Online discount is automatically applied in cart. Discount taken at time of purchase. Valid through 5/5.
Hey, Mark.
Still trying to get his headset on. Now he's looking at the TV. Now he's getting up. He's looking at something on the floor. He's walking around. He's gone.
All right.
Yep, that was good.
That was really good. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, it's certainly the downside of work from home stuff. You know that. I mean, there's less control from a
No, wait a minute. He's in the studio, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm saying you're working from home. What do you want accomplished? I can't. There's only so much I can do with your boy.
Can I fire you from here?
I don't even think you can fire me up close. But I do love you.
I think you're right.
Okay, he's walking back around. Now I'm waving frantically. God, put on your goddamn. Here he comes.
Yes, yes, yes.
I'm just wondering, is Shane going to be there?
11 o'clock, I believe.
Oh, okay. I'm going to leave around noon or a little after.
Okay. Okie dokie. Are you going to fly down or drive?
No, I'm going to drive just because.
There's a courtesy car down there, by the way.
Yeah, I know, but the weather's we're supposed to have like thunderstorms or something. I don't know.
Yeah, by the time pre-flight and everything.
I know,
out there,
I know, but I just get in my car and leave.
Yep. Watch him get down there, and it's like Franktown. They decided to close it. They're shorthanded for the day.
All right, I got a good feeling about this one. Stand by, guys.
That's what she said.
On the free iHeartRadio app.
Ripped off, bad news,
fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hey, I'm Tom Martino. Welcome to the only show of its kind anywhere in the universe where we're solving problems, answering questions, taking complaints, making your life a little easier. This hour brought to you by 888heating.com. By the way, they guarantee the lowest price for the same equipment, and it's not hard to compare equipment, and all equipment is basically the same. So the lowest price for furnace and AC, if that's important to you, and a great company, 888heating.com, 303-770-2776. We know Garrett and the gang, and they've been with us for how many years, Mark, so far have they been with us?
Oh, man, 888's been on the referral list for 10 to 15 years easy.
All right, 303-770-2776, heating and air, great deals and lowest prices guaranteed. So let's go to the phones and find out what you are going to do today and how we are going to make your life a little easier. That's what we really love doing this. You know, listen, there are so many things going on in the world. This is an escape. It really. I'm not saying we don't talk about them, but I'm not trying to mold you. I'm just trying to help you. And then you can help me too. If you know something that I don't, some of you do, give us a call. For example, I know law enforcement listens. I want to ask a question, and then I'm going right to the phones. Is it true or not that you can go up to 10 miles over the limit and police really won't do anything?
Not true.
Well, why do you say that, Mark?
Speed limit is the speed limit. They can pull you over and ticket you for 1 mile
I know they
an hour
can.
over.
No, I know they can. But do they?
I think they do. Maybe not. Maybe 5 miles an hour they have a little grace. I don't know.
I'd like to know from police. I really would like to know. And have you also noticed, Mark?
Is this because you're making a long drive to Lyman today?
No. It's because I have an app on my phone. And little did I know that it alerts me when somebody who shall remain nameless speeds. No, I'm not talking about my spouse. I'm talking about somebody else.
Funny.
A miniature person or somebody who is not...
A miniature Tom, that's what you're saying.
No, not Vonnie. I have a lead-footed daughter, I think. Now, Mark, what does that trigger at 10 or 5? What does that trigger at 1?
I think you can set it. When our kids first got their license, I had these trackers that plugged in, and I could set it. I'm not exactly sure what's tracking yours.
Hyundai.
I don't know. I've never tracked through Hyundai.
I get more texts about that than anything. Anyway, I gotta turn it off. Anyway, Patrick, what's going on with your homeowner's insurance? Welcome to the show. Hi, Patrick.
How's it going, Tom?
What's happening, man?
And Mark.
What's up, man?
Got an interesting call the other day, or yesterday actually, morning, that my mortgage company called me up and said that my homeowner's insurance was canceled because they didn't pay it.
Why didn't they pay it?
Because they said they didn't get an invoice.
Well, okay, that's weird. Who's your homeowners through?
It's Cross Country Mortgage.
Now, are you going to go into a high risk because of this?
No, wait. Who is the insurance company, though? That's your mortgage company.
It's State Farm. It was.
Now, when you hold on, did you call back? Did your company, your lender, say, "Hey, we'll help you out here. It was our fault," because you could be considered a high risk now. Did you know that?
Well, here's the thing. I called up Compass.
Yes.
And within maybe 20 minutes, I had a guy named Brett on getting me new insurance.
Yes.
And I got new insurance within a couple hours.
And let me ask you.
And you probably saved money.
Did you save?
Well, a little bit, but better coverage. So, I mean, I saved maybe like $5, but my coverage is way better.
Okay, so what's the call about? What can we help you with?
I just wanted to say, thanks to Compass.
Oh,
because,
wow.
Yeah, and let's throw in a State Farm really sucks into this one.
And the mortgage company didn't do very well either. Now, do you have the option of paying your taxes and insurance on your own?
I don't know, because I've never done it.
You know what? Whenever I had a loan, I always insisted. Now, I don't know if they can make you do escrow, but I never did escrow except in the very beginning. Over the years, I took full control of taxes and insurance. I did not want them screwing with escrow, trying to estimate escrow, anything about escrow. I simply paid everything, and I think that is an option because I did it.
Well, the other thing is they sit on your money. My mortgage company, well, mine's weird. It's the all-in-one loan. But regardless, we pay the taxes, we pay the insurance, and you save a lot of money. Plus, you're not letting the mortgage company sit on your money all year.
Now, hold on a sec. What I want to know is, going forward, how are you going to prevent this from happening?
He already did. He got Compass.
No, I know he did, but is he paying directly? Because they're still going to escrow unless he stops it.
Well, I'm going to figure that out. It sounds like probably I should take control because I could probably, well, again, save money.
A lot of mortgages.
I would definitely take control, Patrick. You brought up a very good point today. People always make sure, even though you have an escrow, things are being paid on time. 303, thanks for the call. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. By the way, Sean has a comment. I asked about police. And by the way, since COVID, police have not hit the street like they used to with speeding tickets at all. In fact, arrests are down all over the country on everything, especially traffic. But, Sean, what's your comment? I asked about if there's a grace period, or not a grace period, but a grace speed above the limit that they let you do. What do you think, Sean?
Well, hey, Tom, I was just passing by your radio station, and I think there is a grace period because I personally, in my own personal vehicle, I've experimented with it. I've done 5 over, I've done 8 over, just to see what happens. And, I mean, I've done 5 over for years, and the cops will look at me. Sometimes they'll give me a weird look, but they won't really stop me. And I believe what your partner was saying earlier, is there a 10-mile-an-hour grace period? I believe there is on certain days and certain situations because there's days where people will blow past me doing 10 miles an hour over and the cops don't do anything. Because I specifically think they're looking for the people that are doing either 11 or 15 over. And I've specifically heard from an officer that says he won't pay attention to people until he goes about 8 or 9 miles an hour over the speed limit. Then he starts paying attention to those people.
And somebody told me also, no matter how fast you're going, if you're erratic or reckless in any way, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. I want to tell you something. On I-25, I cannot tell you, boy, does it piss me off. And then, even on Colorado Boulevard, I can't tell you how many people I see texting. Not older people, but it seems to be young men and women. I mean, they're literally looking down, texting, then looking up, then looking down. God, is that dangerous? I say, here's what I do. I say, I give my car has a name. Doesn't matter what it is, but hey, car. I can say text jerk face, and then it will say, okay.
Then mine goes off.
No, that's right. Then I was just going to say it. No, I say text Suze, and I text her by talking, and I'm driving. I mean, no, seriously, I can't believe how many people I see doing it. God, they're going to kill someone. There's got to be something done about that. More and more young people are looking down, texting. I mean, they're holding their phone in their hand, texting. How the hell do you do that? Mike, what is your comment? Go ahead, Mike.
Tom, I Wheat Ridge cop for 28 years.
Okay.
Anything over 8, I usually give a ticket to.
Now, is that a policy in the station or what you did?
Just what I did. Some of them, very few did over 8, like over 10. We all kind of higher percent gave tickets.
Now, is that because, Mike, if you gave one 3 miles over or 4 miles over, it's likely to be disputed because it's so close? I mean, is that why you want to have a big enough margin?
It's up to the policeman. Actually, I've never given a ticket in my 20+ years. They're under 8. Never did.
Okay. Well, thank you for calling. Appreciate that, JR. What is your observation, JR?
Well, Tom, this is the absolute truth. I have a couple of friends that are police officers. The speed limit is the speed limit. 20, 35, 75, it's the limit. It's where you go. It depends on the cop in the day. Did he have a bad day last night, today, who he wants to pull over, conditions. Is it rainy? Does he want to get out of his car for 20 minutes and write a ticket? And so I don't believe that. I don't believe what the last caller just said, hey, there's 8 miles.
Well, he just said he wouldn't give it.
Why not?
He just said he wouldn't give it under 8. That's
yeah,
all
that one cop would, and you're right. But JR's probably right in that it really is up to the police officer.
How about where you are? If you're in a school zone by an elementary school and it's 15 miles an hour and you're going 5 over, that could be a big deal compared to I-25.
That's right. Now, here's what I want to ask everyone. Mark, I'm asking you too. You started out in the beginning, the limits, which technically is true. So technically, and I mean technically, on I-25, if there is a, let's say, 65-mile-an-hour limit, does that mean that the 65-mile-an-hour driver goes in the fast lane or the middle lane or the right lane? And then if you're going to go over 65, do you go in the fast lane? See, I've always wondered that. If the limit is truly 65, that would mean the fast lane is limited to 65. I'd like to talk about that and more, plus your calls. We got an issue on a car title coming up, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. And remember, waterpros.net will get you the best water at the lowest prices, and that's drinking water at your kitchen sink, under $1,000, fully installed. That's paulthewaterman.com.
Don't let depression, anxiety, trauma, or addiction take your future from you. At the Raleigh House, their dedicated team of professionals understand that where you've been is different than where you're going. Offering both inpatient and outpatient services, the Raleigh House can create a treatment plan that works for you. This is your time. Take it. If you or someone you love is suffering, call 720-797-8717. The Raleigh House is here to help.
The best water heater deals anywhere, bar none, and that's EuroPlumbingColorado.net. If you're looking for a water heater, whether it's a 40-gallon, 50-gallon, any size, or a constant flow water heater, what they call tankless or instant, they can do that. They guarantee the lowest prices. Here's some examples. A 40-gallon tank fully installed with the old one taken out and away, and new water lines, new flex gas line. That costs you what? Huh? $12.95. And if you want a 50-gallon tank, it's $13.95. That's right. Those are the great prices. You can hardly do it yourself for that. EuroPlumbingColorado.net, 303-668-6844. Hey, Sheridan Auto Tech is my kind of place. I love the way Kevin does business over there. Uncle Kevin, I call him because he treats his people like family. What I like about Uncle Kevin is he can do all of your dealer work. You know, I'm going to switch over to that for my daughter's car. I mean, you don't have to go to a dealer for the tire rotations, the regular maintenances, the oil changes, any of that. Not repairs, nothing, unless it's under warranty and they have to get a warranty repair. But all the other maintenance, preventive maintenance, can be done by Sheridan. And then, of course, after the warranty, you can do anything you want. That's SheridanAutotech.com, a great place to take your car. Honesty, integrity, value. 303-455-7242.
Thank you. If I'm in a 65-mile-an-hour zone, I always go 4 miles over the speed limit so that an officer will see it on his gun and giggle.
Oh, yeah. Stop.
True.
There's some that are speed traps, so coming into Franktown, you go from 55 down to 35.
Mm-hmm.
They're looking for you.
Oh, yeah. That's some of the only ways a few of these towns make money.
That's true. I'll tell you a bad one. Going up to Winter Park, you exit 25.
Heck yeah.
What is that little town there? I see
Alma or something like that?
There's one cop that every time we have gone up has someone pulled over. Every single time. Because you go from 80 or 75, 80 on I-70 down to, I think it's 15.
Just over Berthoud or before you get to Berthoud?
Before Berthoud.
Yep,
as soon as you exit the highway there. It's a little town. It's got a gas station. I can't think of the name of it. It's a cute little town. They even have a brewery.
Empire?
Empire.
Yep.
Yep. In fact, if you buy 2 rooms, you get third room free.
Fun.
Ooh.
I'd like to get Compass on for a question on if insurance lapses, do you become high risk, or is that bullshit?
It's definitely true, 100% true on auto insurance.
I
don't know about
I want to
homeowners.
ask him on stuff just for the hell of it.
Ozzy.
Hey, by the way-
Ozzy's coming on.
What?
Ozzy,
town?
line
Oh, yeah,
one.
they've-
He's running with the devil, he says.
Mm-hmm. By the way, Alma's the other one. If you go from 285 up, whatever highway that is, whatever pass that is, to Breckenridge. Alma.
Alma.
Yes. ALMA.
So I went to the airport this morning and I saw 3 cops on the toll road and 2 cops on Pena.
3 little cops.
I'll tell you where I've seen a lot lately. We go out to the airport a lot. I have seen a shitload on E470,
Yeah,
and
that's
people
what I just
pulled
said,
over.
Toll road. Yeah, toll road. I saw 2 or 3 on the toll road.
That used
today.
to be like you'd almost think, okay, I'm
Yeah.
paying, I can speed.
Yeah. Well, I mean, people do speed a little bit too more, but 2 on Pena. So they're trying to get people that are visiting here.
It's end of the month quota time, too.
That's true. But I was just really shocked. 5 cops. I mean, I haven't seen any for a
5
very
cops
long
where?
time. So there were 3 this morning on E470, the toll road.
Wow.
And then 2 on Pena. Off to the side, just waiting for speeders.
Yeah, they're crazy, man. I don't know about this whole quota thing either. I don't know if that's a real deal.
I've often wondered that. I've never heard anyone say it's real.
I fought one during COVID. He got me, well, he claimed he did. He didn't. But he got me, he claimed I was at 55 and a 35. And the cop didn't show up. I had video. He didn't know I had a dash cam. And I had video that was different. Now, granted, I was going a little over, but it wasn't nearly what he said. He was talking 20. But he didn't show up, so it didn't matter. I think he had the COVID.
Ooh.
That's lucky.
Stand by. Stand by.
Killed America.
630 KHOW, an iHeartRadio station.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Bob's got a comment on texting. Go ahead, Bob. We've been talking about texting, speeding, grace periods, or grace speeds. Go ahead, Bob. What do you have to say?
Tom, let me tell you something. We have a nonprofit called Biker Down. We've been doing it 14 years. We help injured riders all over the state. For the last 4 years, we have been in our great government trying to get the hands-free bill passed, and we've had everybody you can imagine, state patrol, accident victims. If you would hear why they don't want to pass it, you would want to.
Well, hold on. Why wouldn't they want to pass a hands-free requirement? Give me an idea. I have no idea why.
I'll give you 2 reasons. One of the senators said it was racist. Another senator said his grandfather or his dad is 70 years old and he doesn't know how to use a hands-free. Our response was, well, what is he doing on the phone at 70-year-old driving anyways? We're trying to get it go through this year.
Yeah, hold on, Bob. What is the main reason they oppose it? Why would anyone oppose it?
I'm telling you, 2 of the stupidest reasons. They just don't want to pass it. Like Las Vegas passed it. If you get caught with your phone in your hands in Vegas, you get fined $500 minimum and 2 points on your license. They don't have a reasonable justification except they think it's racist. They think it's profiling.
Oh,
and they just
come on, racist. I mean, most everyone I see texting, it has nothing to do with race at all. But Bob, I can't believe they would. You know, hands-free is common sense in a car when it comes to anything in a car.
But why would it just be a phone? If that's all they're talking about, I agree they shouldn't pass that law. How about women putting on makeup or men putting on makeup for that? Literally, the mirror down and they're putting on blush driving.
I've seen it. I swear to God, I've seen it. Distracted driving in general kills
How about
people.
eating a hamburger?
It kills people. Well, you know, I'm not sure. Eating could be a problem, or
French
coffee.
Dipping French fries in your sauce somewhere?
God, I'm telling you, man.
Cutting your steak?
Hey, Ozzy, what's going on with you? Hello, Ozzy.
Hello. Hey, I just need advice. So basically, I'm trying to buy, I'm thinking of buying land out in like Deer Trail area, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And I just need to know what to consider.
Sure.
If I'm buying land and I want to develop it, like build my own home.
Well, when you say develop, you mean just your own home. You're not talking about a subdivision, right?
Correct.
Okay. Here's what you consider. I want you to visualize a target with those concentric rings, okay?
Okay.
Now, in the middle of that target, the bullseye, would be your building table, where you want to put your home, okay? So then you go there, and you can work inside out or outside in. I want you to visualize the target, and here's why. Leading into that bullseye where you want to put your home, there are a ton of things to consider. For example, the outer ring would be access, future access, and also how you get in and out of your property. Don't assume that easements or dirt roads will always have the same alignment. You have to know the plans for the area. The more undeveloped, the more variables. Now, after that, that's access. That's basic. Then utilities. How much will it cost to get utilities in there, or are they there? And if they're there, are they to the edge of the property? And if they are, how much will they cost to get into your property? I have seen people have their dreams dashed because they bought land that is too expensive to build on because of access or utilities. Now, the other one, future assessments. If you do have utilities brought in, or the state or county does, or a developer does, they often make everyone share in that cost. And there are assessments. There can be assessments for utility easements, utility, water, any kind of assessment, roads, future assessments, not just current assessments, but what taxing districts belong there. There might be a taxing district you don't even know about that's dormant, but someday will be activated. And we've had people who were surprised by these giant assessments, and they're not covered, by the way, by insurance. We're not talking about damage assessments. We're talking about taxing districts, like a fire station. Let's say there's a fire district out there you don't even know about, and they build this brand new firehouse and fire trucks and all of that. Or police, or parks, or schools, or paving. Okay, so we are talking about access, utilities, we're talking about taxing districts and assessments. What else is there? Okay, now you got to worry about your property. What is the zoning? Are you allowed to build where you want to build? Or are you going to buy a piece of land and be restricted because of setback requirements? Then you want to look at open range. For example, if there is a guy with cattle and you have to fence him out instead of him fencing him, I mean, that doesn't mean cattle owners can be negligent, but you have to be mindful. Can you do what you want on your land? Many people buy land because they want dogs, they want horses or something, chickens. You have to make sure the zoning puts up with what you want, and the building codes. Another thing is the building bullseye itself. Can you put a septic system in there, or do you have to pay a tap fee to get your water and sewer? When you go to build, sometimes people find it cost prohibitive because it's all rock. So soils testing is something you should do to find out, do you have to bring in base soil? Do you have to over-excavate? Do you have to blast through rock? And these things are critical. So, do you see why I say pick a target and look at land as a target? Too many people look at just the bullseye or just the outer rings, but they don't look at the whole picture. And believe me, after doing this for many years with an eye of developing subdivisions, I had to look at all of those aspects in order to know I could have an end result that I could sell. And for you to build a home, you have to do the same thing. Does that make sense, all of that?
Yep, that makes sense. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I mean, and if you haven't thought of all that stuff, good. You know, that's good that you called. If you did, that's smart. Have you been thinking about all of those things?
I've been looking into it, and I've been like debating whether if it's like cost, because what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to sell my townhome, or I'm thinking about selling my townhome. I'm going to have pretty good equity, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And what's it called? But I'm trying to figure out if it's cost effective just to buy an existing home, like in the limit, the outer of city, or whatnot. You know what I mean? Versus
And that's all.
building my own
Listen,
home.
I'm going to tell you that I believe, okay, it's always cheaper to buy something existing and to fix it or to modify it. Always. Now, however, listen carefully. It's not always better. So many people want what they want, and then that's different. But you can almost always buy something more reasonable, because as prices go up in real estate, so do building supplies, and if you have shortages, it's even worse. Now is not a great time to build. 303-713-8255. I'm Tom Martino. Denver Regenerative Medicine will do a consultation with a stem cell doctor free of charge if you're interested in stem cell therapy for a bad joint, pain, lower back that I had done. I'm feeling improvement every day. Try it. Denver Regenerative Medicine, 833-STEM-GEN.
This hour from the Trajan Wealth K-House Studios. Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisors. TrajanWealth.com. Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by the Truth with Lisa Booth podcast.
Calming down throughout the Denver metro for the 10 o'clock hour. We are still seeing some significant slow spots around.
You good on... Oh, did I type it yet? George King? No, I didn't.
Between I-70 and Spear.
Okay, I don't know what George King is. George... Oh, God damn.
Construct.
Garage Kings.
Is that the only one?
I went and ordered new glasses.
Is that the only one?
Well, in Harris Law. Didn't I type Harris Law?
That set.
Yeah, you got him. I got him.
Skies overnight.
Garage. George King. Wow.
Temperature is 63 degrees. With your Impact Traffic and weather, Mark Swan, 630 KHOW.
We live in a society where race trumps merit. New York Times bestselling author Heather McDonald joins me on The Truth with Lisa Booth to talk about why it matters. Listen to The Truth with Lisa Booth every Monday and Thursday, but you can listen throughout the week on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Get in now before the rush. It's the time. It's the season to do your garage floors, your patio decks, your walkways with wonderful, what they used to call epoxy coatings. They're really polyaspartic coatings, and Garage Kings guarantees this. The lowest price, guaranteed for life, and no money down ever. You don't beat Garage Kings. It's that simple. 720-252-0370. 720-252-0370. Harris Family Law. Let's talk right now to Rich Harris. And let's talk about the strategies to support this divorce journey. There's way more to it than law. And Harris Family Law knows about that. They talk about coping and emotional things. That's what I like. They look at the whole picture. Rich?
Tom, thanks so much. Yeah, as you said, there's so much more to going through divorce, and we're trying to do what we can to help clients navigate it. We had one of our free webinars last night, Wednesday night. We do them every Wednesday from 5 to 6 p.m. They're free. And we had an expert on talking about specifically how to deal with stress.
Do you find that stress leads to failure in a divorce if you can't deal with it? Do you find people making stupid decisions?
Absolutely, Tom. Great question. We know that the folks that are going to do best in courts in a divorce or custody case are those that are healthy, that have support. They do so much better.
And also, keeping the conflict down, the unnecessary accusations and all of that. I know you guys are big at turning down the heat. Have you found through collaborative law other attorneys also willing to do that?
Yeah, thank you, Tom. We do have attorneys that practice what we call collaborative law. It's a specialty in family law. It's a great option for folks. We are all about trying to limit the conflict and find solutions. Collaborative law is a great way to do it.
Rich Harris, I've known him for so many years, and this is a great law firm. 303-515-5000. And to find out about the webinars, or to look at some that they've already done on a variety of topics, it's harrisfamilylaw.com/webinars.
Hey,
Yeah.
So this guy's on here, and I guess you did a Compass commercial, and he's like, oh, Compass ripped me off, they suck, and blah, 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 they didn't help me out. I switched to State Farm, they're the best, blah, 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 State Farm, State Farm, State Farm. Well, the son of a bitch is a State Farm agent. I Googled his name.
Are you shitting me?
He's a plant.
What is this asshole's name?
Hess. His name is, let me find him here. Mark Hess, M-A-R-K Hesse. Just Google Mark Hess space State Farm.
Yeah.
I did my homework, and you proved me different. I told him before I even knew he was an agent, I said, send me your deck page. I'll bet you $20 they beat your insurance.
Here's a fact I'm writing on. Here's a fact. Hey, Mark, his name is Hess. Yeah, Hesse. Here's a fact. You can only sell one product. You cannot compare.
It's just so underhanded, acting like he comes in and screw it, just talking bad about Compass and great about State Farm. Then you find out that's the only product he sells. It's kind of crazy. But honestly, Mark, I would love to see your deck page. Why don't you send me your personal deck page? I assume you use your own product, and let's see if Compass can beat it. Let's just try it, man. I couldn't even get State Farm if I wanted to. Wouldn't even matter. Who's your auto insurance through, Shannon?
Dairyland.
Oh, I've heard of them.
Hey, who's Jules?
Jules has been listening forever.
Yeah, well...
did he time you out?
No, Jules requested I be put in timeout. Screw him.
Yeah, you did. What did you do?
All caps.
Yeah, that'll do it every time.
Well, does that mean I go into timeout?
Here we go.
5 seconds.
khout.com.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Fix it 24/7, by the way. They do a tune-up on your AC, and it's the best one in the business. That's all I'm going to say. $39. You will never get this service like this for $39, getting out the dirt and grime. FixMyHome.com, 720-526-3939. And by the way, that is for new customers because they want to show you the extraordinary deal. Now, Smarty Pants has some kind of update. I want to bring up the original problem, and this is John. And John, explain what the original problem was before we give the update. Tell me what's going on.
Okay, the original problem was my daughter had her vehicle in the shop for an oil leak.
And what and this was what shop?
It was Celebration Chevrolet.
Yeah, and they did some transmission work, is that right?
Well, they fixed the oil leak, but then found out that the transmission was bad. And
here's the bottom line. You had a $200 diagnostic fee that you paid, plus you paid $1,000 in repairs. And your only complaint was, hey, I'll pay that. But then they tell me, oh, you need a new transmission. So why would anyone in their right mind spend more than the $200 diagnostic once they find out the transmission's bad? And they said they didn't realize the transmission was bad until after all the work was done. Well, that seems too convenient to me. So we asked our expert, and Jeff Vick said, wait a minute. There's no way you could have told if it was a bad transmission or not without doing all that work. So that work wasn't warranted. That was our opinion. Smarty Pants, you jumped on it. What did you find?
Well, I brought him a cup of coffee. No. I contacted the general manager.
Yeah.
Because, Tom, you know I always go to the general managers of car dealers.
Yeah.
I sent the email that John Turk sent me.
Yep.
I simply forwarded it.
Yeah.
And told him, who I am with Tom Martino. And that usually is enough for him to act. And he acted very well. And, John, do you want to tell the result? Or do you want me to? Okay, I'll tell the result.
Yeah, go ahead.
He got, not only did he get $200 back for the diagnostic, he got the entire $1,000 refunded as well.
That is stand-up, man. No, seriously, it is.
Yeah. That is, and Tom, you always say that it's not so important that somebody has a problem, but how a company handles it.
That's exactly right, man.
And they handled it correctly.
I'm going to applaud them for sure, man. That is really good. Because I'm telling you, and I'm going to use my little effect here because they deserve it. And Smarty Marty, you deserve it too. Okay.
Well, I will invite the general manager on to talk if it's okay with you.
Oh, absolutely. Now I can only surmise, since they acted so well, that they knew they screwed up, or somebody did, and the GM had a chance to say, you know what, let's make this right. Hey, John, thank you for calling the Troubleshooter Show, and of course, I'm so happy I get to also do something that I like doing, and people know I like doing it, and I like using my dinger. Okay. You got to use it once in a while, and the older you get, the more you got to use it, because you want to find success in life, and that's the dinger. Okay, Jeff, what's going on with your title?
I bought a car from a place on Colfax. His daughter-in-law had died. It was a BMW. This is the third BMW I've bought.
What year?
It's a 2004.
Okay.
Only had 104,000 miles on it.
Okay.
And I bought that on 3/2/22. I paid the guy $5,000 in cash, and he told me the story about his daughter dying. He hired a company called GBI Titles. Says I needed to get a bonded title for this car.
Why is that?
I never got an answer from him.
Well, did this car belong to his daughter?
Yeah, and she passed away. He inherited it and sat behind his business for 2 years out in the weather.
And why did he hire GBI Title?
He didn't ask me. I don't know. He just told me he did.
And what happened?
And every time I talked to that guy, it was like he was yelling me on the phone.
What guy are you talking about? The guy at GBI Title or the seller?
The guy at GBI Titles.
Why was he yelling at you?
He was just loud. I think he was on a speakerphone in his truck.
Okay, Jeff, I need to ask you something straight up. Are you calling because you bought a 2004 BMW for $5,000 and you can't get the title?
That's correct. He's got the title. Now he's holding it as ransom because he wants me to pay $500 more to GBI, which I did not hire.
Okay, now.
One more thing, Tom. On the bill of sale, he wrote I paid $2,500.
That's your fault.
I agree.
You're only going to get $2,500 back when you go to small claims court. Is this a dealer, a licensed dealer?
No, he's a auto upholsterer.
Well, how did you pay him?
Cash.
I paid him in cash.
And so now GBI so you have a choice. Pay $500 and be done with it, or go to small claims court and get $2,500 back. I think, it's unfortunate. Does GBI have the title? Did you verify that?
No, he has the title.
And is it transferred to you?
No, it has not been transferred to me. He's not going to give it to me. He's holding it as ransom unless I give him $500.
Okay, so now GBI's out of it. So the seller is the one holding the title.
Correct.
Okay. And he says you got to pay these fees. And you said, but wait a minute, I didn't hire them. And what did he say?
He said that it was my fault that I didn't get it in time.
What does that mean? What do you mean it's your fault?
You have to get the bonded title, which the state patrol makes you wait like 60 days. The first time I showed up.
When did you buy this car? When did you buy the car, Jeff?
I bought the car in 3/2 of 22.
Okay, so listen, man. This is going to take. This is common sense. You're going to have to pay it, or you're going to have to. You screwed yourself, and I had a feeling you had something to do with that $2,500 because you pay less sales tax. Here's the thing. You got burned by. Why don't ever let anyone put on a receipt or a bill of sale less than you paid? Okay, I know people are trying to save on titles and taxes and all that, but it's going to come back to screw you. Now, one thing you could do is call his bluff. You could sue him for $5,000 in small claims court and hope that he doesn't realize that he has proof you only paid $2,500. Then he might say, "The hell with it, I'll give you the title," because you have a solid case. He did not provide title. You have a solid case to get your money back. The question is how much money. You don't have any proof you paid $5,000. So you're going to just have to make your own decision, Jeff. 303-713-8255.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by the Truth with Lisa Booth podcast.
A fairly normal drive throughout the Denver Metro with some significant slowdowns throughout the center of town. I-25 southbound looking at speeds in the 40s and 50s between I-70 and Spear Boulevard. Just east of there, I-70 westbound looks like some unusually slow traffic between Steel Street and I-25. No word of an accident. Northeast of Commerce City, I-270 westbound, we've got road construction blocking 2 left lanes between Vasquez and I-76 with slow traffic back from I-70. Fox 31, pinpoint weather, warmer than yesterday with highs almost pushing that 70-degree mark later this afternoon. Partly cloudy skies, low of 33. The current temperature in Denver is 64 degrees. With your Impact Traffic and weather, Mark Swan, 630 KHOW.
We live in a society where race trumps merit. New York Times best-selling author Heather McDonald joins me on The Truth with Lisa Booth to talk about why it matters. Listen to The Truth with Lisa Booth every Monday and Thursday, but you can listen throughout the week on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
We heard Harris Family Law talk about family law, the emotional toll it takes, and what they can do to help you. They have all kinds of people on staff to handle all kinds of divorces. But what you also should know is that Harris Family Law does estate planning, wills, and trusts. They can help you in probate or to avoid probate. Whatever the family law issue or trust, you can do them separately or together. So if you just need a will, you can go to harrisfamilylaw.com. and call them, 303-515-5000. David Ellis Jewelry will buy your used jewelry. Listen, so many people have junk jewelry, right? Stuff that's worth nothing, just to precious metals. He'll wait and pay it. Then other people have some used jewelry that's pretty good. They just want to sell the jewelry itself because they don't wear it anymore. They don't use it. You can do that too. So whatever it is, David Ellis Jewelry, 3rd and Clayton, Cherry Creek. That is a place that's been around. You can trust him 40 years, DavidEllisJewelry.com. Don't ever go to social media for this crap. Please, you're going to get ripped off, and it's dangerous. Go to David Ellis Jewelry, 3rd and Clayton, 303-322-8779, 322-8779. You want to give a call to the Art of Granite right now and get a price on your countertops? Yeah, if you're thinking about doing your kitchen, you're thinking, Martha, I wonder how much that'll cost. What you can do is call and get a price. That's right. Just give him some measurements and maybe even a pick. He'll tell you what it will cost, whether it's granite or marble or quartz or quartzite, any natural stone, any engineered stone. He does it all. TheArtOfGranite.com, and he's proud of his prices. No one gives prices on the phone, but he does. TheArtOfGranite.com, 303-386-5919.
Thank you.
Hey, Shannon. Or Shannon, can you hear me? Can you look on yesterday and see at 11:45 if that was on the log? Or is it too late? It was for Made in the Shade. Can you hear me? I can't hear you.
Wait, you're not talking to me, right?
No, he's talking to me, and I'm just nodding my head because I'm looking, and I also had a cracker in my mouth. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you, but I literally can't see you.
Oh.
I can see Kelly's head lucky. Barely.
Hey, Mark, why are they asking about this Made in the Shade? We never miss a live spot, ever.
Right.
Well, that's what we're trying to find out. It's not a big deal. I already got it handled. The only reason they're asking, Tom, is because it didn't get fired off, meaning someone didn't hit the button.
Now, what I'm wondering, like if I were to drag it into the log right now, is it okay? Will it show up? Oh, it showed up.
I'm going to reply to all right now.
Thanks.
Okay.
I won't. I'll just shut up. Okay.
Well, I mean, it's down here in the middle of the break.
In the middle of what break? Why wouldn't it got fired? Was it on switchover? And it really doesn't matter. We did it in content.
It says that it was ejected at 11:54. And
someone
Dragon's asked me about it, but I wasn't here. It was Dragon on the board, and I don't mean to throw him under the bus. Wait a minute.
Hey, when we have live guests and we're giving out their number and all that every day and all the whole show, you fire them off, right?
Yeah, we do.
Good.
But this one,
what does that mean?
What were you going to say, Tommy? Or what were you going to say, Shannon-y?
Well,
Shannon-y.
When you say somebody's in studio, we fire them off. I fire off everything that's on the log, unless there's some sort of like
glitch or real problem.
No, unless there's a plumb line and there's a euro.
Like let me tell you what happened. Like yesterday, for example, we had plumb line, right? And so Fix It was on the log. I just did Fix It today.
Did you fire off that Fix It?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I did it just now.
I didn't think about it. Now, what I did, euro was in the next break, and I was like, God dang it, I messed up the Fix It, and he took care of that. So I played a euro on cart and still ran the euro.
Oh, and I do, but spot. Can you do euro anyway, because that's not a conflict. I do the,
I'm so sorry, I'm confused by conflict. I'll just write
what's No. You write what's there and let me handle it. And here's why. I'll make up for it. And here's the deal with conflict. Euro does repiping, too.
Right.
And I can advertise that with anything.
Same with Fix It, a little different here and there. All right, seconds away, and I'll keep looking at this Made in the Shade, but it looks like it was ejected near the top of the hour. Stand by.
Hey, how?
Hey, I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. WaterPros.net, man. I'm telling you, I get rave reviews about their systems. They're the lowest prices for the best systems when it comes to water, whether it's an all-in-one, a water softener, or water at your kitchen sink, all the drinking water. I fill up my bottle now for the gym. Never buy bottled water. WaterPros.net. And that's paulthewaterman.com. The number, 303-862-5554. Let's talk. Laura has an issue with a contractor. Laura.
Oh, God.
Hey, what's happening, Laura?
Hi.
Hey, what's going on? What kind of contractor?
I didn't realize roofing.
Uh-oh. What's happening?
All right. So back in December, we had work completed on got a bid. My husband signed the bid.
Was it completed?
The price on the bid was going to be, it was completed.
In December.
And the way the quote, in December, and the way the quote is written out, it was $395 was the repair minimum charge.
What kind of work did you have done?
Item for it was tar and gravel roof, and we had he had to go up and put tar and gravel. There were leaks. Then there's a line item for additional labor. This is going to be anything over the first hour of labor and preparation, and then $300 for material. So the day of the service, the contractor arrived. My husband was home. And so clearly there was the assumption this was going to take over an hour, right?
Well, did
Because
you
they've
know,
got a bid
did you get a total price on it?
We did. We got a total price of $1,360.
Okay.
So the contractor shows up. He's on our roof and off our roof in 35 minutes. My husband's like, wow, that was fast. A couple days later, reaches out to Integrity Pro Roofing and says, hey, the contractor was on and off the roof in 35 minutes. We've got a bill now for $1,360. Can we, talk about the additional labor charge, which was for anything over an hour, because nothing over an hour occurred.
Is that what the contract says? Does it say $395 plus so-and-so over 1 hour?
Yes.
Okay.
The contract says.
Well, if that's what it says, then that's it. I mean, if that's really what it says, here's what I say. I say if the repair's done and it's done right and it's not leaking, they did it, right? But if they said it's $395 plus materials, and if it goes over an hour, it's an extra so much per hour, right?
Yes.
Okay, so what?
But they've taken this to collection. It has escalated. So we had that exact conversation, called them, spoke to them, and said, "Listen,
you hang on. I'm really interested to see how the hell they can take you to collection if you have written proof." Hold on. I'm Tom Martino. We're going to come back to this and more on the Troubleshooter Show.
All right, she got back to me quick. She's good on that spot, guys. It's no biggie. I just blame Shannon.
And you know what? I got broad shoulders, but I might throw Dragon under the bus because of when the log says it was ejected.
Yeah, what does that mean? Do you got to physically hit a button and reject it?
Uh-huh.
Wonder why. But it's still so crazy because we did talk about them in content that had nothing to do with, knowing anything about that spot. It just happened to be that way. We were talking about down payments yesterday.
And Doc is good with the down payment, is he?
Yeah, and he was bragging about him big time.
Which is something that, some of those shadier dating sites ask for.
Yeah, he prepaid for membership.
Sure, membership. Welcome aboard the membership.
Dinger, dinger, dinger.
Hey, Mark.
Yes,
Mark,
sir.
I'm going to turn down online for a sec.
All right.
All right.
We're back. I'm going to count 1. Now I'm going to count how many minutes, how many seconds delay. I'm just testing YouTube for the delay.
Yeah, it's different on every computer, though.
No, I know. I just held up one finger and I started timing. I'm at 10 seconds.
Let me see when I see it.
I'm at 10 seconds.
Remember to wash your
15
finger when
seconds.
You take it down.
20 seconds. I still haven't seen it.
Still haven't seen the finger.
I'm 23, 24. There it is. 25 seconds.
I still haven't seen it.
Go get the yes. I'll be right back, Shannon.
25-second delay.
And I still haven't seen it. Do it again.
1.
Clap. Okay, 1's fine. That's good.
I just clapped too.
Okay, I'll look for the clap.
You jerk.
I don't have any audio. Shannon.
I like you, Tom, but I think he's messing with you. That's great.
What's that?
You messing with Tom.
I'm not messing with him. I'll tell him when I see the clap.
Right.
I'll tell him when he has the clap.
There it goes. Now mine, I just saw mine.
There's your 1. There's your clap.
Right. Okay, so you're just a tiny bit behind me.
Yeah.
But that's a big lag, man. So if I pulled a tube in, I could probably cover it up.
You would have time to nix it. Now, if I look at our other screen, it's real time.
Twitch is almost instant.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Am I up on Twitch today? I bet I am. No, I might have shut it down today.
Really?
I had some bandwidth issues yesterday. It was locking up, and I don't know if that's the output or what.
Refresh your screen. Okay, I refreshed it, but it doesn't help.
Let's see how quick mine is. Tell me when you see my clap. Ready?
All right. Still going.
I haven't even seen it yet on YouTube.
Still going. I'm at 14 seconds.
What's up, man? How are you, Shane?
Good. You're running the show
19
today.
seconds.
Tom's remote. We'll be together.
24 seconds.
He's here for another hour, basically.
There you go. 23 or 24.
Was that what yours was, too?
No. Yeah, about that. Yeah, about that, actually.
Shane,
yes.
let me tell you something. When we're on break like we are now, you can go into this mode here.
Okay.
Do not hit the on button.
That goes
Everybody can hear you right now. The people in there. Tom, say hi to Shane. Thomas.
He's taking a break.
There he goes. Can you hear him?
Hey, Shane.
Tom, how are you doing today?
Good, man. I got to call you guys. I have so many areas to get done.
And then, hold on.
Let's get it done.
When we go back up and the music starts and we're on air, you switch to PGM.
Okay, you can hear it.
Then you have to use the mic.
Okay.
The important part here is do not use the mic when you're in this mode.
Okay.
Because it'll go out over commercials. It'll go wherever.
Okay. Yeah, Tom, let's get you done and taken care of. Do you want me to reach out to you?
Yeah.
Or just call us.
I want to do it when I'm here doing the show because you guys won't make that much noise upstairs. And then, or you can come here after 2.
Okay.
Whatever. I really mean it. I got several. You don't have to give me a bid or anything. I trust you. I'll just point out what I need done.
Sure.
But I need to get it done, and I just.
I'll have them call you today after the show.
Okay. Good.
He got a goat.
Here we go.
You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hi, I'm Tom Martino, and I welcome you to the show. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. This hour brought to you by Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. I love Frank. He'll do a market analysis of your home to see what it will sell for. It's a free analysis, and it is a true analysis of the market with comparables and current sales and supply and demand, interest rates, inflation, everything playing into it. And you can trust him. 303-920-1622. Okay. I want to go back to this contractor thing, but before I do that, I want to welcome Shane. Shane hasn't been with us in a while. Zero Res Denver. I love Zero Res, and I tell you the God's honest truth, during the break, what was I saying, Shane? I need to get you guys over the house. Truly, I use them, and I love them because the carpets get clean faster. There's no residue. They feel almost dry immediately. But I do have a serious question, Shane. You know, like, when I say, like, I have areas I need done. So let's take my master bedroom, okay? So if you go in my master bedroom, you see some nightstands and plants. You know, I'm talking about like a, like a tree plant, not a little one, but, and let's say the base is about 2 feet across, And now, do you guys, like, move that stuff or clean around it, or do you charge extra to move it? How does that work?
Great question. Typically, like that kind of stuff, like an end table or nightstand, that kind of stuff, we can move that stuff. But beds, dressers, entertainment sets, that kind of stuff, we're going to clean around it. It's not dirty underneath.
Yeah, no, I understand, and I don't expect it. So I don't have to go in then and move all my end tables or nightstands or plants.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, some people will say, hey, while we're doing the walkthrough, we'll always do a walkthrough to make sure we know exactly what the customer wants.
Yeah.
And what the price is going to be before we get started. They may say, hey, can you slide this couch? We're going to go, yep, we can slide that couch. We'll put it up on styrofoam blocks or plastic squares once we're done so it doesn't damage the carpet. And we could do that kind of stuff. Now, if it's a big entertainment set, liability, we're usually running one-man crews. We're not going to do that. It doesn't need to be done. We're going to take care of the areas that need to be done.
Now, you do granite and all that stuff, but I want to know something silly. Do you do glass block in a shower?
We can. We can do the shower enclosure and clean through that. Sometimes it can be a pain in the butt.
No, but I'm thinking the way you got my stone or whatever you did one time for me so sparkling, I thought, well, couldn't you do glass block? It's got grout, it's got block. I mean, because it's not abrasive or anything, you can get that done, right?
We can. We're going to take a look at anything in your home, Tom. And when Mrs. Jones calls and says, hey, I need this done, we're going to give you an honest professional opinion. If we come in there and it is better for you to replace that carpet or that rug or that couch, we're going to tell you. We're in the business of creating raving fans, but we will take care of any surface. Here in Denver now, we also do ducts and so... But our main service is carpet, tile and grout, upholstery.
Of course.
And if Fido gets you with urine in the carpet, we can get that out too.
And so
it's just any living surface in the home we're going to take care of. And we got a smoking good special for your listeners today that I decided I was going to put out there when I was driving in.
All right, what is it?
A few minutes ago.
What is it?
$33 an area, unlimited number of areas, $33 an area.
Yeah, see,
you can't beat it.
And so I need to get that done, seriously.
Now,
what's an area considered? How big?
We consider an area up to 200 square feet or a 10 by 20. Now,
that's
you've got to book it today and get it done. We're going to give you into probably 2 weeks into May. Typically, we say by the end of the month. But since we're already there, 2 weeks into May, book it today. Call right now. $33 an area. Smoking good deal.
Yeah, I'm definitely getting it done. Thanks, Shane. I appreciate that. So, listen, and by the way, ZeroResDenver.com, 303-471-5150. Laura, back to you and a contractor, a roofer.
Yes.
I'm looking at your invoice here.
Okay.
And here's what it says. Now, you were given this.
I sent you an email.
You were given this before you had the work done. Is that right?
Correct.
It says repair minimum charge, meaning it's the minimum hours and costs to make the necessary assessment and repairs to the roof, $395. Now, listen to this. Additional labor. This is for anything over the first hour of labor and preparation involved in performing the determined repairs. Then they said, so that is $665. What? But I don't even understand that. What if the additional labor was 9 hours?
There was none.
No, listen. What
exactly?
I'm asking a question, though. Why did they quote $665? Is that for 1 hour over, 2 hours over, 3 hours over, 4 hours? What is it? When you got this bid in the beginning, before work began, didn't you have that question?
No, my husband looked at the bid, and I don't think he had the question. I think
I would have questioned that. I would have said, hold on, additional labor.
Yeah.
it says anything over the first hour. Okay, so that's $665. If you had to stay an extra week, it would cover that, huh? I mean, I'm serious. I don't know what that means. Next one, additional materials. This is for costs of additional materials which are not covered in the repair minimum. I get it. A bucket of one bucket of brush grade tar, 4 tubes of subsealant. What does that mean? Does that mean they've already determined you have extra materials, or if the materials? I think it says here, the way I'm reading it, this is for cost of additional materials. So I would say they probably did know they need additional materials. The only thing I have of question is the additional time, the $665, which means you're not disputing the original $395 plus the materials of $300 for a total of $695. Is that correct?
Correct. In fact, we've already paid that.
Okay, so you paid. Did you pay the Did you pay $695?
Yes, we paid $695.
But they're saying, wait a minute, you now owe us $665 for the additional labor. To which you're saying, no, we don't. We don't owe that because it never went over the first hour.
Correct. And they confirmed in a phone call that they have a tracking device in their contractor's truck, and they said to us, he was on your property less than an hour. We're like, exactly.
Okay, so what? Okay, but hold on now. I'm a real big believer in communication. Okay. And you sound pretty clear. Yeah. So did you say to them, wait a minute, I'm not refusing to pay, and you never made the addition, you never were there longer than 35 minutes?
Yes, I made that.
And what did they say?
I sent them.
And what did they say?
They told us. They said my husband signed a contract, and this is industry standard pricing.
Hold on. He did sign a contract. Nobody's disputing it. You know what? Here's the deal. Right. And this is the only way you can face something like this. Let them take you to court. See, collections don't mean anything. And are they going to put a lien on your house? I think they need to get a judgment. But here's the problem. They don't have to get a judgment to put a lien on your house.
Right.
Are they going to do a judgment, or are they going to take you to court?
Mechanics lien. Well, they threatened the mechanics lien. They've also sent us to collections already. So we've already got Recovery Ace, debt collector reaching out. Okay. Which I sent them a formal response. And
I would. This is what you want to know. What I would do? Here's what I would do. Absolutely nothing.
What would you do?
Nothing.
Okay.
Here's what I would do. If they put a lien on my house, it will fall off if they don't start foreclosure, and they're not going to start foreclosure. It'll fall off. If they if they bring me to court, good. Okay. Then if I'm served, I'd show up with this contract. And here's the thing. The only thing I have to say is, even though they said he was there less than a half hour or less than an hour, are they going to say that in court, or are they going to say, see, because...
Well, what happens if they're charging to go pick up those additional materials they list, like a handyman does?
Hold on, because it does say it's for the first hour of labor and preparation involved in performing the determined repairs. So he hit your house. Could he say before he hit your house he was working for you?
It's a horribly written deal. I'm going to try to call him over this break and see if I can figure something out.
I would love that, because I would love for them. And look, I'm saying, though, sometimes you just got to let things happen. You got to say, you know what? You don't scare me. I have a contract. They're doing it one way. You're doing it another. And that's the deal.
Right.
You know, they have one interpretation.
And they told us he was on our... Yeah, and they've never ever... We have asked, and I have written... The president refused to call me back because he said it's already gone to collections. We have asked numerous times, please tell us what we are being charged for. What is this additional labor? There's never been a response like the one... that's the guy from Zero Res Carpet. We may be calling you for that deal. They've never said, well, we charged you for going to Home Depot. Well, if you did, you can get to and from Home Depot in 10 minutes. We live 5 minutes from there. And the contractor showed up with the materials. They've never said anywhere that these charges include any of that.
Well, they do say 1 hour labor and preparation involved in performing the determined repairs. They could say going to Home Depot was part of the preparation. Or when they came out and looked at it, are they counting that? I mean, did they come out and look at it first?
Yes, they did.
How long did they spend doing that?
Oh, like half an hour.
See, could they say that was part of the prep? Although because here's what they say. Here's what they say. Repair minimum charge. This is the minimum for hours and costs to make the necessary assessment and repairs to the roof. So were they back charging you for that? I don't know. You know, I think what Mark said is true. It's poorly written. And it says the scope of work. This is to brush and rock away from that vein in the roof, seal with tar, then seal around the skylights and near the drip edge, near the metal awning, and back left side of the house. By the way, I just want to make this comment too. The $1,360 is not excessive for what they did. Whether or not you like it, I understand that. You're saying it's not according to the contract. But in and of itself, that doesn't sound like a bad price to me. I mean, it really doesn't. But we're not talking, is it a good price or a bad?
35 minutes of work? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm talking about if they did it right, was only one person there?
Right. One person was there. I think bottom line, they were surprised it took less than an hour. My husband was surprised it took less than an hour. And and our phone call to them was like, hey, charge us for the actual time. Like this, we all thought this was going to take longer than an hour. It didn't. It took 35 minutes.
No, I want Mark to call them and see what they say. I want to see what they say. 303-713-8255, 888heating.com. Guaranteed replacement of heating and air at the lowest price for the same equipment. They have all the best equipment. 888heating.com. Give them a call. I'll give you that number, 303-770-2776.
Hi, Dan Cicchini, Done Right Windows and Doors. How about finally getting those old drafty windows and doors done right? Call us for details on our spectacular financing specials, 800-362-8370 or DR.
Here you go right away.
To set up your rock-solid quote.
Let's talk to Joe Chiano, and he's with MyMoneyMyWay.com. There's a downturn, a slight downturn in the economy, but the market's been volatile. People have been losing money. It's not getting much better. But even if it does get better, it can all be wiped out in a day or two. So how can you protect people from that volatility, Joe?
Well, you know, Tom, you're right. People are afraid of the economy today. It's not getting any better. It's not getting better, and people are losing money daily. Now, I'm kind of wondering, Tom, why is it taking people so long to actually, move their money into safety? Are people afraid, maybe perhaps, of losing out?
I often wonder that, Joe. You know what I think it is for sure? They're afraid of change, and they're not sure what you're offering is guaranteed.
That is right. And what we do in our financial planning firm, Tom, we offer guarantees. We can salvage their 401ks, IRAs, investment accounts, even a savings account into safety away from the stock market. And we're going to guarantee them, get this, a 15% bonus the first year. So that means that we're going to guarantee a 15% return on their accounts. Day one.
And that in itself is amazing. You get the 15% upfront bonus. It's yours to keep. You keep the money there. No loss guaranteed in writing, plus income for life. Find out more. MyMoneyMyWay.com, or call directly and talk to them. Ask all of your questions. 303-779-6600. 303-779-6600. Do you want the best price on garage floors, I'm talking about that polyaspartic, that beautiful coating that you can get that looks like granite, or they can put beige, brown flecks in it. They can do almost any color combination. It's absolutely beautiful. GarageKings.com promises not only the best coating guaranteed for life, but the lowest price and never money down. Until it's done, GarageKings.com, 720-252-0370. I love the art of granite because Mitch Fleury has been with me for many, many years, and he'll give you a price on the phone. Why? Because he's proud of his deals. Tear Out and Haul-Away is free. The bathroom's free when you do the kitchen. That's enough to be proud of. But he also does wholesale on the countertop material itself. And, of course, that alone is a great deal. And he also does other things, like he will let you come out and pick cabinets at a small markup from the manufacturer and give you prices on the phone. So why don't you give him a call right now? 303-386-5919, theartofgranite.com.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How much time?
Globus.
We did a Globus.
Buck and a half.
Oh, man.
Actually, almost.
Sorry, well, that was like, 3 minutes
Hey.
plus there.
Hey.
No, I mean, seriously, I wish we didn't
Mark, did
have
you call
other
him?
stuff with the 120s.
Mark, did you call him?
Hey, man.
Did you call him?
Yeah, I left a message. There's no one answers. It rings, no answer. But I left a message, so hopefully we hear back. So we love that so much, and we find out. We were just coming into work like, I don't know, 5-6 months ago, and the sign out front says Globus something. And the building's been, the first 2 floors have been empty for years.
Yeah.
Since COVID. And I'm like, Globus. And that made Suzanne and I think back to that trip. I said, I wonder if it's the same company. It looks the same. So I look it up, and sure enough, and they bought a cruise line. And I can't think of the name of it, but it's something waterways. But they bought an entire cruise line. So then we started looking at that, and they've got cruises everywhere. So we're like, all right, let's look at this.
Yeah, I saw it out on the sign.
Yeah,
a little bit earlier.
I'll tell you exactly what it's called. But it's it's the boat's only going to have, I think there's 30 rooms, man.
Oh, that is awesome.
Well,
we were looking at doing a river cruise through
Avalon.
Germany and Avalon.
Avalon Waterways.
Okay. Tom, are you still flying your helicopter?
Yes, sir.
I don't know if you heard it earlier. We just took a helicopter tour on Kauai, and the pilot was 22 years old.
Was he military?
No.
Where'd he learn to fly?
His grandpa was a pilot in the Navy.
Oh, cool.
And then his uncle was a pilot.
All right,
for the
coming
Forest
back.
Service.
Stand by.
Yourself at discover.com/match.
630 KHAL, an iHeartRadio station.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Mark left a message. We were unable to get through to them. Laura.
Yeah, so it's kind of weird. One of their numbers went to nowhere, but then I went to their website and tried that when it rings forever. And I left a message with a young lady, so hopefully we hear back.
And it's called the name of the...
I want to give my opinion on this. So if she signed this thing, I don't know why Laura, and bring her up, Shannon, I don't know why you didn't realize it was going to be $1,300. I mean, that's exactly what it says. And if there was prep work and other stuff, it was over an hour. And they're saying if it's over an hour, even by 1 second, the way I read this, is that it's going to cost you that additional amount.
Right. But they've never, I'm not arguing that at all. They have never, and we have had, for sure, one phone conversation. I think my husband had another, multiple emails. I have never, ever heard anything from Integrity Roofing to justify what this over an hour is.
You know what's really funny? I know, but you got your husband should have asked this question up front. It's such a cockamamie deal. As Mark pointed out, a minute over, then you have the extra labor. Anything over the original hour. Right. And then the next question is, what if it takes 40 hours? I mean, they didn't protect themselves.
I don't care about that. What I'm trying to figure out, Laura, is this question right here. How would they, what would you have to hear from them to give them the $695? If they say, hey, we stopped and had to pick this up. Boom, that's over an hour. I mean, you're saying they need to justify it. In your mind, what does that mean?
Oh, my gosh. I don't know what they could say to justify.
That's where I'm going with this. This is a no-win for the company.
I think she's clear, Mark, and I think what she is saying is this. She is judging the time at the home only. Right?
Yes, but if you read it, this is the minimum hours and cost to make the necessary assessment and repairs to the roof. They could argue they looked at one of the satellite pictures to figure this out. They could say anything, but my point is, Laura, no matter what they say to me when I do talk to them, if they call back, and I don't know this company from Adam, no matter what I come back to you and say, it's not going to make it right for you, correct?
It's not going to make it right because they did not. They tracked their own vehicle.
Well, Mark, that's what you should present to them when you talk to them. They were at the house
their
35.
own vehicle at her house. I get that, and I heard that, and I will present that. Shane, go ahead.
Well, the question that we'll ask, from a business perspective is, what is it that would make, Laura, what is it that would make you happy? And to me, that will define the quality.
The collections agency and call it even. We paid them $695 for the repair minimum charge and the ridiculous markup of brush grade tar and 4 tubes of sealant, and it's done. They made $665 for 35 minutes of work in a run to Home Depot.
I think you guys made a big mistake using this company and agreeing to what's on here. That's all I'm saying.
100%. Integrity Pro Roofing, they need to change their name. But we also...
I swear to God, I feel like I'm running my head into a brick wall. You guys agreed to it. I'm going to ask them. Now, I'll tell you this. If they say, it did only take less than an hour, then I'm going to say, well, what the hell are you doing? I mean, you got to pull the collections off. But if all they have to say is, we drew up the plans and had to go out and get this and that, and our guy was only there an hour, but we had other stuff going on.
Well... let's find out.
That has never been communicated to us, and they've already
Well, let's see what they say. I'm hoping they just say, you know what? This was a big mistake. We're a good company. Hell, our name's integrity. We're going to make this right, and just waive it, and we'll all move on. That's what I'm hoping for.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that too.
Now, talking about this, Shane, when you guys price, do you guys take out a measuring tape and say this is how many square feet we did? I mean, do you ever have people question, wait a minute, you said 3 areas and you only did 2 rooms, but you said, yeah, but they're giant rooms. Does that ever come up?
It does. We don't measure by the square footage. Some companies do. We're going to take a look at that because it's not just the area that we're cleaning, right? It's the prep. It's the water that we're developing and bringing. It's hauling everything in.
Yeah, but you said an area though, and I get you get a
200 square feet.
Is 200
if it's 250 square feet? We're probably not going to really balk over it. If it's 300 square feet, we're going to roll into an additional area.
Right,
but the whole thing is.
But what if it's 110 square feet?
It's still an area.
But I've used them just like you when they
hold
came
on. Okay, so I get it. So it's up to 200.
Up front though, Tom. They tell you they don't come to the end and go, oh well, it's not 1,000, it's 1,500.
No, but I think what I'm hearing from Shane, I think what I'm hearing, it's up to 200 square feet per area. But if they have to break down, go to a whole nother area, that's another area. Even if both of them add up to 200 square feet, they're 2 areas. I get that. I really do, and it's very logical. Again, it's a 3-room minimum too, or a 3-area minimum, and I see why too, because you don't want to go out there and do 200 square feet and leave. I mean, it's not worth mobilizing. You have to have a certain amount of work when you mobilize, and I get it. So, all of that makes sense to me.
And that's why we don't start doing anything until Laura would say, hey, yep, green light, this is the price, this is what we're going to do. And if we find things like pet during the clean, or we find, hey, there's an issue here that we did not talk about, we instruct our guys, and they're not perfect, but they're going to go grab Laura and say, hey, listen, this is what we're finding. We found some pet urine in the carpet. We can take care of it. This is what it's going to cost.
Now, let me ask you something. You use empowered water. which we suspect it's patented, but we suspect that there's a whole lot of soft water because soft water cleans like the dickens.
And a lot more than that.
No, I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it. But I'm saying we know damn well it's really, really soft because soft water absorbs and cleans all kinds of stuff. But also I want to ask, then if you do come across pet urine, what additional stuff? Do you simply just use more of it or?
No.
Okay.
No, there's additional product we've got to use to break down the urea and undigested protein and break that down, kill the bacteria, put enzymes down in the carpet to while it's wet to kill that. And so there's a lot more additional steps that we do on pet, and we charge additional for it because it's in the backing of the carpet, in the pad. We don't clean the backing of the carpet and the pad when we're just doing normal cleaning, but we can get in a spot where the dog got you. We will get to the backing of the carpet and the pad when we're doing pet.
How do you price for upholstery? Is it
per
the size?
linear foot?
What's that? Per linear?
Per linear foot. Yeah,
Okay.
It's going to, depending on if it's a natural or synthetic fiber, it's a minimum of $22 per linear foot. So if you've got a 9-foot couch,
because I have a
Wait though. If you just spill red wine on that couch and there's only a 1 foot, spot, you just pay that to get rid of that spot?
Well, think about when we clean that spot,
it's going to look cleaner than the rest.
Completely different.
I got you.
And so we're going to clean that couch. Now, sometimes we'll take a cushion that's been peed on, right? And we'll just clean that cushion.
You just made me think of this. How about, I don't know, kids, older people, whomever. How about a mattress? Do you guys clean mattresses?
We do. Yep. We do a lot of urine treatments on mattresses.
Okay, call Deputy Doc. Let him know. Anyway, that's a joke. Anyway, hold on.
Story I don't know.
So anyway, when we're talking about, though, this empowered water getting to urine and all that, does it kill pathogens?
Now, we've changed. We can't use the word empowered water for
I'm
a lot of
sorry.
different things. We just call it ZR water.
You can't. Why can't you call it empowered?
Well, I won't get into that, but it's with the EPA.
Okay.
So,
I got you.
Yep. And so electrolyzed oxidative water, the technology's been around. We've just put it into our process and have patented that process with that fluid.
Mm-hmm.
But no, that we can't make those claims.
Okay.
On that. Will it? Behind the story, yes.
Well, hold on.
It's like you're talking about the COVID shot.
No, I'm telling you straight up, for example. No, I'm going to tell you straight up. Like Water Pros, for example. They make no qualms about saying that soft, energized water can clean almost anything and kill germs. Yeah.
Now, there's two different sides to that. There's a basic side of it, and then there's an acidic side of it.
That's right.
And so we can't make those claims, but personally, I would use it on a variety of different things that kill and
I know. I understand. You don't want to make claims that are going to be scientifically and you didn't test it and all that. But the bottom line is, are you more acidic or more basic on the water?
We use both sides of it. For the cleaning, it's the basic side.
Okay.
Higher pH. But on some of the pet treatments, we will use the acidic side of it. Because of the pH in the carpet.
So you have different water. You have different water chemistry based on the stain.
In some instances, yes.
Okay. All right. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. By the way, that's zeroresdenver.com. And I wanted to mention something else. This is important. Harris Family Law, they have their I'm going to do a spot for them in a little while, and I'm going to tell you how to get to all their webinars. But I want to say something. They do trust work, because I know we have McKenzie Law Firm, right? Well, Harris Family Law also does trust work, and I say that only because you should shop around even on the referral list. And Harris Family Law can do trusts apart from divorces as well. That's harrisfamilylaw.com, 303-515-5000. More coming right up.
This hour from the Trajan Wealth K-House Studios. Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisors. TrajanWealth.com. Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by the Truth with Lisa Booth podcast.
A fairly standard drive throughout the Denver Metro with a couple slowdowns around the center of town. I-25 north and southbound are seeing intended speeds into and out of downtown. East of there, I-70 westbound slowdowns continue between Steel Street and I-25. We're looking at speeds in maybe the 40s and 50s. North of there, I-270 eastbound heavy congestion between I-76 and Vasquez. I-270 westbound looking at some road work in the center lane between Vasquez and I-76. Fox 31 pinpoint weather, warm today, highs in the upper 60s as we get into the afternoon. Overnight low of 33 degrees. The current temperature in Denver is 65 degrees. With your impact traffic and weather, Mark Swan, 630 KHOW.
We live in a society where race trumps merit. New York Times bestselling author Heather McDonald joins me on The Truth with Lisa Booth to talk about why it matters. Listen to The Truth with Lisa Booth every Monday and Thursday, but you can listen throughout the week on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Made in the Shade, that is who you call for window coverings of all kinds. Shades, blinds, shutters, drapes, and more. If you can think about it, it's on the window. They can order it. They can put it up. First, they estimate free, with all measurements free. Then they have a design consultant free to help you pick the right stuff. When you buy the stuff through them, they come back and install it with their in-house crew as well. So all of it's done, one-stop shop, Made in the Shade, family owned and operated, 720-458-6566, all budgets, 720-458-6566. Look for Made in the Shade at referralist.com. Harris Family Law, I mentioned before, they do estate work, estate planning, trusts and wills, and everything around that. And they also, of course, do family law. They can do them separately or together. And by the way, it's always a good idea to upgrade or to update your estate plan when you have a divorce. And I want to mention something. That's one of the many topics covered on their webinars, and you can go free of charge at any time, 24/7, and access those wonderful webinars to learn more about valuable information in the family law world. That's harrisfamilylaw.com/webinars. How much time now, Mother?
4.
Okay.
Cat
Oh, I don't know, Cat.
But
Okay.
I'm meeting with Liz.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I'm meeting with Liz tomorrow.
Yeah, okay.
And so I guarantee you she'll pitch it to me.
Well, I know she.
Okay.
Yeah. It's pretty cool, though. It's one of the things you really should check out. Just because it's purely deal-oriented, and they have to make it, if they want the deal, they got to do it that day.
Yeah.
I don't know. I do it better. I come up with something different than your normal, though.
Oh my gosh.
I mean,
this is
if we
great.
did something
okay,
like that,
hold on.
it would
What's
be
your
like
name?
a $33 an area. We rarely run that.
Yeah.
And so it would be something like that.
You'd have good hits on that.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any other. It depends what station.
Yeah, I did, but this is actually current,
remember.
up-to-date information, so this is good for Tom. So hang on,
They might do
and
something
I
nationwide.
will get you on with him as soon as possible.
You guys push ducks with ductworks, don't you?
They're on our.
Okay.
Yeah, we used to refer over to ductworks, but now we do ducks.
Yeah, I heard you say that. Maybe you do. That's kind of funny too. Maybe
Okay.
You do ductwork and carpet combo.
You know, I'm not actually
Or
sure
something like
if
that
he's
to link it. So,
flying
yeah, Liz will
now. I think he might be
guaranteed
driving,
for
but
sure,
I will
100%
pass this
pitch that to
information
me
along.
tomorrow. But we work with Kat too bad. We used to work with Liz when she was first in.
I wonder why. Where is Kat gone? Why are you meeting with Liz now?
Liz left.
No, I know. I deal with Liz. I deal
Right,
with Liz.
right, exactly.
Yeah.
So,
And so,
I will pass along the
I mean,
information.
Kat moved
what
across.
happened? Oh, I got you.
Kat came across. We started working. We work with Kat on several different radio stations.
Got it.
And then Liz came back. And
Okay, that's
our-
good to know.
No, we work with Kat.
Oh.
Liz is just. I've known Liz for a decade plus.
Okay.
And so she's been-
Well,
but
I mean, at least
now
you
that
got a
she's back,
DoorDash
she'll-
person, so that's
she'll-
good.
she'll continue.
Yeah.
She always does. She's just a bulldog. So.
That would be kind of weird.
Oh, and a Taco Bell. That's
Yeah, we
even
would-
better.
We'd have to go through Kat.
Yeah, because that would create an internal.
Issue. Yeah, so we'd go through Kat on it, but
Oh, that's too
I
bad.
got a guy, HVAC guy, bought every station with the springs for it.
oh really?
Yeah, he'll run on every iHeart.
Oh
station,
my.
which happens
Oh my
to be
gosh. Well, I will certainly pass it along. I promise.
Let's see how it goes.
Okay, no problem. Have a wonderful rest of your day.
Oh, and by the
Okay,
way,
bye-bye.
on that date,
Wow.
they're not doing any commercials except for go to this website for these deals and the participating.
Hey, Tom?
Yeah, they're not
So,
going to do anybody else.
all the normal spots will be
Wait.
cleared. It's really wild. And what's really wild, it's nationwide. And every host, from Ryan Seacrest down to Billy Bob doing overnights in Arkansas. Every single host.
Cool.
It's unique. I'll be curious to see outcomes. And iHeart, they're geniuses, because think of all that traffic to that website is going to be unbelievable. Think of all that data they're collecting. Holy shit. Why? Come on, Mark, call back.
What's that?
Mark, call back. Why wouldn't he? I guess I don't get it.
Oh, that guy. He wanted to talk to you.
The guy that won't, the State Farm guy. It looks like he's not a State Farm agent, but it doesn't matter. He won't send me his deck
He's
page.
not. What is he? Why
Truck
did you
driver.
think he was?
I thought he was because I didn't. When I Googled him, I found a Marcast that's a State Farm.
Hang on.
Same spelling of the last name.
How.com.
Great work, Mark. Hey, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Renee has a question for Zero Res. If you have a question on anything in the world, you can call us. 303-713-8255. And today, by the way, is my passport adventure. Oh, my God.
Big adventure.
Yeah, we got to talk about that some. Anyway,
That's, Pee Wee's Big Adventure for the rest of you out there.
I couldn't find an appointment anywhere for 3 months. You know, what's funny is the expedited services says we'll expedite, but after you get your application turned in to the passport department. And I said, well, that takes 3 months, so what good is expediting after that? It's crazy. So anyway, Sue's found me an appointment in an outlying post office, and I'm going to go there, and I got to drive like an hour and a half or an hour and 20 minutes, and I'm going to go there and get that done, and then see how long it takes. But in any case, Renee, what's your question for Zero Res?
Well, I've had them out at the house a couple of times over the last few years, and I was really happy with the results. But I wondered if this...
And I know why. I know why you like them so much. Because they don't use any chemicals and you have environmental sensitivities.
No, I don't necessarily. I just like
Good
the
guess.
idea.
I'm sorry. I don't know why I took a stab at that. I don't know why, but I just took a stab. Go ahead. You sounded like someone maybe that called in before, but you're not. Go ahead.
Oh, no. No issues with the chemical thing.
Okay.
I don't have pets or little kids hanging around.
Okay.
But anyway, I just like the idea of not having a bunch of chemicals. But
Sure.
I did wonder if the special included stairs.
We can definitely work that in to the special, Renee. When you call into our customer service reps, they'll put like 10 steps as an area. Sometimes we'll work it out that way so that you still get the same value. The steps, they take a lot of beating and abuse. We typically charge $6 per step, but we'll figure out something when you call in to have a portion of those steps as an area. And it'll be like 10 steps or something like that. So we so appreciate the opportunity to serve you over the years, but we look forward to coming out and taking care of you again. But call into one of our awesome CSR reps, and they'll get that worked out for you.
And what's the deadline for the signing up for the special?
Today. You got to book today, and then you complete it by May 12th.
Oh, okay.
Yep. But they'll take care of you, Renee. They'll create a raving fan out of you.
Okay. I am going to call today. I'm definitely going to call today. I'm dead serious. And, in fact, what you're going to do is you'll do it while I'm here maybe on the air. And you guys don't make that much noise. You'll be upstairs. And I don't have – but I do have an area down here. But if you time it right, this area down here can be done right when I get off the air. But in any case, it's just fabulous. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. In fact, I don't want to throw stones at anybody. But I don't know why anyone would ever use soap and scrubbers.
Agreed.
And scrubbers.
Totally agreed. Yep. We call that spit and shine.
I mean, on the scrubbers, and oh my God, anyway. So, Ronald.
What's up, man?
You called yesterday looking for a braille reader, is that right?
Writer.
A writer, that's what I meant. I'm sorry. Because you wanted something you could write notes on around the house and memos and stuff.
Yeah.
And you had an old one that wasn't working, and we looked at new ones. And
You know what? I got an idea what you could do.
What's that?
You could send them a check for me and write my address on it, and they'll send me the braille writer.
So, now, Ronald.
What?
You're right. You kind of spoiled the surprise. Did somebody tell you we were going to buy that for you?
No.
Then why'd you tell me to write a check? You were assuming we're going to?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was.
Well, I mean, you're assuming right, but what gave you the idea we would do that for you?
I don't know. I just guessed.
Because we love people?
Yeah.
Hey, Ronald.
Thanks a lot, man.
Hey, Ronald, I want to ask a question, though. We do it seriously now, and I love you, and I think you're telling the truth, but we just have to verify that, and Kachina Kalori has a little thing she goes through, or Sue's, and we'll just verify who you are and all that, okay?
Okay.
I mean, it's not like I think you're going to get a braille writer and sell it on eBay. I mean, it's but we just want to verify the story, and then and then anybody wants to chip in, they can. We already had somebody say they wanted to give $100, and Kachina, what that does is that goes into our charity account. You know how that works. Sue's probably explained it, and we have enough in there right now to get you one. But if somebody also wants to help, they can. And 100%. And we really have to mention this, 100% of the money that people donate for causes goes to the cause. We don't charge a penny for administration, not even credit cards. So if you gave us a credit card payment, we pay the fees. So I want to make that clear too. So Ronald, how old are you?
I'm 62.
62. And you've been blind since birth?
Right.
And where did you go to school?
Well, I went to school in Jersey City.
Uh-huh. Do you have any light at all that comes through, and diffused light or anything like that?
No, I'm totally blind.
I mean, is it, you don't mind me asking this, I just never asked, is it black?
What do you mean?
Like what you see. Do you see any light? Like if you stared straight up at the sun, you don't see any light?
No.
Okay. The only thing I wonder is, what do you dream? Do you dream in vision?
Do I have a dream? Like
when you dream at night, do you see people and things? And dogs and cats and whatever you dream about. Do you see them, or are you dreaming as a blind person?
Oh, I never thought about that.
Yeah, I wonder. Think about it. Like when you have a dream, are you looking at people in your dream?
We got to go.
All right, we got to take this break. Ronald, you got to give your address to Kachina so we can get this situated.
Now, back traffic.
Okay. Did I write anything? God dang it.
Just tell me.
You ready? American Restoration 60. Become the Banker 30. Restoration 60.
Got it.
30. Thank you.
Yeah, but of course we will keep you updated. East of there, I-76 eastbound slowdowns continue between I-270 and 74th, and south of there to Commerce City, I-270 westbound. We're looking at road crews in the left lane approaching Vasquez with slow traffic back from I-70. Fox 31, pinpoint weather, partly cloudy skies out there. A warm one today with highs in the upper 60s, perhaps pressing that 70-degree mark. Overnight low of 33. The current temperature is 65 with your impact traffic and and weather. Mark Swan, 630 KHOW.
This week on Red Pilled America, should artificial intelligence be stopped? To find the answer, we speak to an AI expert who tells us where AI is going. Listen to Red Pilled America on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or anywhere you get podcasts. That's Red Pilled America.
Become the banker. We heard from Joe Chiano earlier in the show. He calls one of his plans Become the Banker because you use money through your life as a bank would. You don't go to a bank. You use your own money in a special tax-free account that you fund, and you keep paying yourself back. It grows tax-free, and he can teach you how to get income out of it tax-free. BecomeTheBanker.org. He also has a guaranteed pension account for income for life. That's called MyMoneyMyWay.com, guaranteed no losses, including your gains. MyMoneyMyWay.com, or you can call 303-779-6600. You know, if you have a fire, a flood, a catastrophe of any kind in your home, a unattended death, crime, mold, black mold, asbestos, and you want to get your house cleaned up the right way with the EPA certifications, the value, the know-how, the honesty, you want American Restoration 24/7. And I say that without hesitation because I know Rock and his crew, and he's been doing it for years, and we've been representing him for years. American Restoration 24/7 will get the job done right, quickly, efficiently, and they'll help you rebuild to the extent you want. Don't ever let your insurance company pick the company for restoration. They won't pick the best one. They'll pick the cheapest. But once they pay, they wash their hands. So you don't want that. You want the best company up front, American Restoration. The website is AmRest. That stands for American Restoration. AmRest247.com. 8337-AMREST. 8337-AMREST.
Hi, I'm...
Thank you. Yes. Absolutely.
Now, you know Mark's going to be taking over, right?
What's that?
Mark's going to be taking over at afternoon.
You got it.
Hey, Tom, are you done with Ronald?
I need his contact information. We got to somehow verify his story.
Yeah, I have his address, his phone number.
Okay.
his
Ask him
date
for a
of
couple
birth.
references.
Okay.
Somebody who might know him. Healthcare people or
Hey,
somebody.
Ronald, do you have anybody that you've worked for or that we can call?
Maybe even whatever.
Do you have any friends or family in the area?
References of any kind.
Okay. Because we it's just one way that we verify your story, so we can buy you the Braille reader. And what's her last name? Pennington? And do you have a phone number for her? Perfect. Okay. I think that's all we need for now. We're going to go ahead and work on this, and then I'll give you a call back, okay? All right. Thanks, Ronald. You have a good rest of your day, okay? Okay, no problem. Thank you. Bye-bye. Hey, Tom, are you still there?
Yeah.
Bob from LEM called in, and he wants to donate $400 toward the Braille reader.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful.
Later.
That's wonderful.
He basically said you guys have given him so much money being on referral lists that he needs to give back.
Good stuff, man. So, Mark,
Gone.
where is he?
No idea. Let me check.
He's updating the stream because you're leaving.
Is Shane there, by the way?
Gone.
Shane is gone?
I don't think he's gone. I think he went to the bathroom.
Okay.
There you go, Neil.
All right.
Yeah, I think he just went to the bathroom.
He went to the bathroom.
All right, so listen, did he say I could call?
He's trying to
I'm not
arrange
going to have time. You're going to have to do it.
Well, yeah, if he wants to. He's kind of...
Okay, that's all right then. Don't.
If they're taking a while to answer the phone, it could
Okay,
backfire.
no. Okay.
Head Shane off at the pass.
Do you need me to do anything, Mark?
No.
I don't have to leave this on?
Oh, shoot, yeah. Keep your,
The Comrex.
Keep the Comrex on, yes. And the laptop, keep that on.
I always keep that on.
You can kill your camera.
Right, I'll do that in a minute. There's a question coming back for him. Oh, no, she already asked. That's right.
Hey, did you see Jerry Springer died?
Mm-hmm.
Crazy, man.
I know.
That show went a long time. I didn't realize. He was 27 seasons.
How old was he?
70-ish.
79.
Oh, was he really?
Yep.
I thought it was 72, but yeah, there you go.
Here we go.
630 KHOW.
Don't forget 888heating.com, and you get the lowest prices guaranteed on furnaces and air conditioning with the same equipment. 303-770-2776. Hey, let's go to Larry. Larry wants to talk about homeowners insurance. Hey, Larry, what's happening?
Hi, Tom. Thanks for taking my call. I'm having trouble with some parts of getting car insurance, or like, for instance, I don't understand uninsured or underinsured motorists.
Okay. Let me explain this to you very easily, okay? And then Mark can continue this, because I have to go for my passport. Okay. But here's what it is. Liability covers other people when it's your fault. Uninsured motorist coverage covers you for pain and suffering when it's someone else's fault and they don't have the coverage. And uninsured property damage covers your car when you're hit by someone without insurance. Comprehensive is for damages like hail and fire, theft, and then collision coverage is when you hit something. But Mark's going to go over each and every one.
Thank you.
We'll hit it good next hour, though.
Come again?
We'll hit the special good next hour.
Okay, good.
Mark, go over those things. Mark,
keep that on, okay?
Yeah. Go over that stuff for this guy.
Yeah, I will. It's all good, man. Let me put him on hold. Yeah.
Is this mine?
Yeah. Awesome. All right, have fun getting your passport, bro.
Yes.
Yeah, good luck with that. Hey, Tom, we'll call you here in a little bit, and we'll have a CSR reach out to you.
Got it.
Tom, are you driving or flying?
Driving.
See Liz?
Yeah. I messed with her for a second.
There's been a lot of, it was kind of weird. There's been a lot of people that had her back in the day and then want her back, but they've already been reassigned, so it's like it's this whole
it's
internal.
a mess. It caused a lot of problems.
That was funny, too, man. That was bloody Black Friday back here. Minute and 30.
Mostly not ready for you.
Oh, okay.
I missed the blind stuff, but did you hear it? Shane, did you hear what he was talking about, blind people? I missed it.
No.
How about you guys? What was the deal with blind? I was out of the building.
I just got here.
Busy working on Caplis.
All right.
You think we pay attention to the show we're actually working on?
Oh, doubtful. Not according to traffic and you not firing off spots. Shannon said it was all you, bro.
What the? Shannon. Well, it happened at 11:44. 11:54.
That was Shannon's fault.
First of all, they tried to blame Shannon. I said there is no way Shannon messed up.
At the time. It was 11:54. I said I don't know. I wasn't here. I don't mind. I don't do, dude. I've done such horrible stuff.
Do you hear just the excuses? I mean, this is crazy. No one has taken the honest approach and say, Mark, I'm sorry, I screwed up. Sir.
Tom, go ahead.
Sir.
He's gone.
Oh, he's not here? Damn
Tom's
it.
gone,
He's
bro.
Gone.
Damn it. Okay, and that should be it.
Nice try there, Dragon. Hey,
we
Zero
all know
Res.
how,
Can you see Dragon there with that beard?
Oh, I like that beard, dude. I got a product for you.
Can
Have
you-
you ever heard of Beard Brand?
Maybe.
Why would you have Beard Brand?
So one of my business partners is the founder of Beard Brand out of
Okay.
Spokane. They're in Austin, but with that size of beard, you need Beard Brand, brother.
Okay.
I thought you need Zero Res. Can you jump in there and
down
clean
here.
that thing?
Zero Res is down here.
Yeah, there you go. But Beard Brand, his name's Jeremy McGee. Awesome company.
I'm gonna let it go. I want to find this stuff, but I don't care.
Thank you, Shannon.
Yeah, sure. I love doing that.
I know.
What does it do? Is it like a
So they've got it's
like a
kind of-
hairspray?
No,
There's
it's
an oil?
beard oil.
But what's it do?
It just softens it. It
Okay.
makes it. They've
It's
got
not as coarse.
beard wax. They've got scissors and trimming. It's everything to do with the beard.
Well, you should bring him
They've
a
got
kit.
it. I don't own the company.
He's on the air all the time. He could be going, right now. See, right now, let's pretend we're on the air.
Right.
How do you take care of that beard?
I just use shampoo right now.
So they've got all that stuff for the Beard Brand, and so it's kind of like the city guy that wants to take care of his beard and look good, and keep it clean cut.
But I'm also a lazy guy, so I hope there's not a lot of maintenance things that you
There's
guys-
not.
Okay, good.
But you'll have to go check it out, beardbrand.com.
All right. I wrote it down.
Just a cool company out of Austin, Texas. It's really not up my alley, as you can see.
I was wondering why you had anything to do with it.
I tried to grow out the beard. They said you got to grow it for at least 3 months
I was gonna say,
before.
it could be a playoff beard. I mean, it's just
Don't
it's not
play
a
off.
playoff.
Don't even start with the Avs right now.
Did they win?
No.
What was the
They
score?
did not.
3-2.
Ah.
But they just looked. That was rough, man.
Have fun at Broncos.
Yeah, Avs were rough. I hope they can pull it off, but I'm not completely confident with that one.
Yeah, you just really, I don't know, man. It's hard winning twice in a row, right? I mean, for real.
It is. You know, you win the Super Bowl, you win the NBA championship, or hockey, and it just seems to be able to come back and repeat.
It's hard.
It's
difficult.
It's not too often it happens. Are you a Avs fan?
Looks fine up here.
Most of the time.
Most of the time.
Yeah.
Looks like a Broncos fan, more so.
No, I'm
But yeah.
Nuggets?
Oh, shoot.
It's harder for me to get into
Oh,
that.
he's
I
gone.
can't
Yeah.
follow
You
the
can
NBA.
switch it
I
to
mean,
just
you-
us.
You only
You
really
know how
need
to
to
do
see
it?
the last 5 minutes of a game
It's
anyway.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
Don't
That's why
mess
they
with
actually
the
show up
audio.
to
It's
play.
fine, though.
Yeah.
I know, it's stupid.
Yeah, the first 2 hours of the game, you're like, well, this is really boring. But the last 5 minutes, you're like, this is great!
There is nothing better, and I'll argue with anybody on this. There is not a better playoff series in any sports than hockey. The
I
Stanley
like
Cup
football
playoffs,
a lot, man.
not even close. The excitement, the intensity, not even close when it
don't
comes
know.
to hockey. Let's put it out to the air. We'll do it. Put a poll out.
I think there's so many more NFL fans. I don't even know
Oh,
how.
totally. NFL is king. And
It doesn't matter about the number of fans. It's the quality and the
passion.
excitement of playoff hockey. There's nothing better. Did you guys hear? Have you guys talked about those three guys they nabbed up in Arvada?
Someone
Oh, with the
just
rocks?
put that on
Yeah,
YouTube.
freaking through the rock, through the
drove
windshield
back
and
to
killed.
take a
How
damn
old were they?
picture.
I know, 18 years old.
Freaking
Where are the
psychos.
pictures of them?
You go to Channel 9 News, that's where I saw them. I just baffles my mind. Our operations manager, his son lives right
Ooh, they
where
met
she
to
died.
get their stories together.
Yeah.
Didn't they continue to throw afterwards?
Yes.
They went back, like he said, they went back and took a picture of her car.
Of the dead chick.
As they drove by,
Yes.
went slow enough to snap a picture.
How come I don't see pictures of them?
Keep scrolling down on the Channel 9 News.
Oh, hold on. I got to get rid of all the damn commercials.
Dude, just absolutely mind-boggling to me.
What were they talking about? Some dead chick?
The kids that were throwing rocks at
Oh,
cars.
they
that
have a
killed the
picture
chick?
of the dead woman?
No.
But they drove back, or they drove around to get a picture.
Oh,
of
my
her
God.
after
Is it
she
a
died.
girl?
Oh, my
20-year-old
God.
girl.
10
that
seconds,
died.
guys.
That died.
Yeah, I'm going to
3 dudes.
I don't see the picture. Oh, there they are.
Yeah.
Oh, my God, what a bunch.
I know.
What a bunch.
Well, how they found out was...
Are they all 18?
Yep.
Roughly, yeah.
Yeah. One of their buddies, a fourth guy, was with them.
When the one that died, because they threw a lot of rocks.
Yeah, they threw several. They did several. He is at a tire store. They didn't say which tire store he was at, but he asked them, "Hey, I want no part of this. Take me home."
All right,
so
hold on.
Here you go, buddy.
All right, welcome to the show. As you know, it's the only show of its kind. We're here to solve problems, answer questions, take complaints. My goodness, if you've been ripped off, you want to expose a bad guy, maybe you got a bad landlord, a bad tenant. How about that? We get a lot of calls from bad tenants blaming the landlord. But here's what we do. We get through the weeds. We figure out what's going on. And if you have been ripped off or some contractor has taken your money, we get directly involved to the tune of over $300 million in cash, merchandise, exchanges, refunds, directly due to the show. Over 40 years solving problems for you. You got a question, you want to expose somebody, you got a problem, now is the time to call 303-713-8255. And I want you to remember this other number because it works all the time, whether we're on the air or off. 303-MARTINO. I'm going to drill it through your head. 303-MARTINO or help, H-E-L-P, at troubleshooter.com. We'll get back to you. We have deputies that work for us. On top of that, we have a list of great people that help in these problems on referralist.com. In fact, one of them, now we don't get a lot. In studio with me, Shane with Zero Res Carpet. In fact, you're the owner of, it's a franchise in different areas, right?
It is. They're across the nation. We've actually expanded into UK, Canada, and Hawaii.
Holy moly, that's a big company.
But we've been here 20 years.
Yeah.
In Denver, opened up the Springs 3 years ago. We've got an awesome team down there.
Awesome.
And we're in the business to create raving fans and take care of your carpet, tile, grout.
Now, how many times have we had you on the air when it comes to helping us with a carpet problem? I think a few times over the years. We don't get a lot. I guess the biggest one we get by email generally when it comes to carpet, the complaint is this: it takes forever to dry. That's always a complaint. Or
we've solved that.
Or it looked great, but 5 days later, the damn spot. First of all, is that wicking?
It is. It wicks back up. But more importantly, that's residue that's left behind that attracts dirt back to it. When you use a soap or detergent, that's what it does. We've eliminated that. We don't use soap, certain shampoos, or harsh toxic chemicals. So our carpets stay cleaner longer. They're not crunchy. When they're done, they dry faster. They stay cleaner longer. It's just science put to work in your home or your office.
All right. Any questions, complaints, 303-713-8255. Any questions for Shane, our guest? That would be great, too. He'd appreciate that. Now, Larry, you had some questions on car insurance. What are your questions? Let's start from scratch here, Larry.
Yeah, I'll start from scratch and say that probably my biggest misunderstanding is why would I need uninsured or underinsured motorists?
Well, there's lots of reasons. Let me ask about your circumstance right now. Do you own a house?
Yes.
Do you have a job?
Retired.
So you're retired, so your income is coming in from whatever, an IRA or 401k, Social Security. What kind of car do you have?
I have two. Ford Bronco and a Jeep Grand Cherokee.
And what kind of cars, what years are they? What kind of value are we talking about?
Let's see, 22 Ford Bronco.
Nice.
And 19 Jeep Grand
Hey, do you like that Bronco? God, I see them everywhere. They are absolutely gorgeous.
Beautiful cars.
Some of them, there's like one edition that looks kind of like the old Bronco 2. There's not much to it. But the ones I'm referring to, they put the big tires on. They're unbelievable.
They're unbelievable, yeah.
Do you like it, Larry?
Yeah. I love it. It's a beast off-road. On the road, it's
a truck. It's driving a truck down the highway.
That's right.
Yeah, no, I know exactly what you're saying, but off-road, that's pretty cool. And once again, side note, like, would you actually take that to Moab or somewhere and do that kind of stuff?
Yes.
Very cool. All right, so I kind of got you summed up financially, but guess what? None of that really matters, and here's why. I need to tell you this. Here's why it's important. Let's say somebody with no insurance, zip zero, or only the state minimal, $25,000 per person, $50,000 max. Let's say they hit you and they hurt you, and I mean they hurt you big. You are not going to be able to do anything you like doing again. Maybe you're in the hospital for a while. It just doesn't matter, whatever it is. We're talking major injuries. The only way you're going to get compensation is under that underinsured or no insurance coverage. That's the main reason I tell people to get it. It really has nothing to do with your Bronco. A 22 Bronco, I'm sure you have full coverage on anyhow. So if your question is, if I have comp and collision on my Bronco, why do I need this? I don't want you to think about the actual vehicle. I want to think about you. Now, let's say you have your grandkid in the car or somebody else, a neighbor in the car. Someone else hits you with little coverage. Your insurance, once again, will kick in for their stuff. What underinsured, it's kind of crazy the way it works. So what happens is, let's say the other person's only got $25,000 in coverage, but you have $500,000 in medical bills or $500,000 in damage, or you missed work. In your case, that doesn't make sense. But the person in the car with you can no longer work. You end up going after your own insurance company, just like they stand in for the other insurance company, and those limits go up. Am I explaining this right to you?
Well, it must be, because it sounds familiar. When I talk with friends that don't have it, I say, why don't you have it? And they say, well, I don't really need it because. And I've never really gotten...
You do need it. And I'm going to say, once again, the main reason you need it is if there's not a lot of coverage on the other thing. And I'm not talking about the vehicle. Most people think, okay, I don't know what that Bronco costs. What's it cost? $50,000? Tell me how much you have in that Bronco.
58.
Okay, and if they only have $25,000 in coverage or no coverage at all, you would simply turn it in on your comprehensive or your comprehensive. Therefore, your insurance would actually pay to have it fixed, and you would pay your deductible, $500, $1,000, whatever your deductible is. But that is not going to cover any of the injuries to you or the people in the car. That is what's so important about having that coverage. Your company, that coverage steps in. It's almost like that person with no coverage or little coverage actually has that coverage. And then you can get that amount. There is no way I would, under almost zero circumstance, would I say do not get that coverage.
Okay, then, so what I'm doing then is paying for the other person's insurance. If I have to go back to my company.
No, because you're paying for your own coverage. The other person doesn't have the coverage. Should they have more coverage? Well, you can argue that in the state legislature, saying the minimums in this state right now are ridiculous, and they are ridiculous, but that has nothing to do with it. That's what the rules are right now. The additional coverage you're paying is not, first of all, I don't think it's all that much. Have you priced it out?
Well...
You know what? This is such a good conversation for two reasons. I want two people. I'm going to put you on hold. I want two people to chime in on this, and then Lou, I'm going to ask you about the home warranty issue. But do me a favor, Kelly. I would like to get Brian or someone on from Compass. But more importantly, I want to make this point better than I can make it. I'd like to get John Fuller on. Everybody hang tight. We have two lines open. You've been ripped off, taken advantage of. 303-713-8255, 303-Martino. Made in the shade.
The passion's coming through.
Why is this not going through? Oh, come on. Where's Made in the Shade, man? You going to fire it off? Am I just wasting my time? I want Brian. I'd also like John Fuller. Yeah, John Fuller would be great first. I need to talk to you guys right now about Made in the Shade. I love these guys. We call them Mitts Made in the Shade. If you're looking for blind, shade, shutters, drapes, and more, these guys can do it all. And here's what I love about them. Absolutely, positively love about them. Their pricing. You know I am one of these guys that shops around. It doesn't matter. I shop different people on the referral list all the time. Here's the bottom line. These guys, whether it's a fix and flip, that you just need to get some window coverings on, or a $3 million home, they're going to have products for you. And unlike these other companies that you do your own measuring, they ship them to you, you hope they fit, you install them yourself, you waste your whole weekend, these guys can generally do it for the same price. Give them a call. Free quotes are also color experts. They can come out and tell you what goes with what and what colors. You know, I do wood or blinds or whatever. They'll give you anything you need to know. 720-458-6566. 720-458-6566. It's made in the shade, baby. I did that because I got to pull the other one up. Do you guys use, hold on, let me pull this up before retirement planning. This is really weird. This computer's acting very strange. What is that, that product people spray on urine? And it eats it, and it's gone. When you do a urine thing, do you use... You know what I'm talking about? They sell it everywhere.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay.
But the thing is, right, it's either gone, but it's left behind.
Yeah, unless you get rid of that. I agree with that. Our carpet, what's remarkable about it, and they quit making it, man. It was just too expensive. No one bought it. I think it's Shaw. But... the backing of the carpet itself, there's padding, of course, for padding, but nothing ever gets to the padding. It's a solid backing of the carpet, so the padding never gets saturated with anything. I guess if you spilled it maybe in the corner or something.
Yeah, I'd get down underneath or something.
But, I mean, we've had it now 7-8 years, and, I mean, the carpet looks great, but, hold on. Right now? Okay. What sucks, though, is we were going to do another room downstairs we didn't do, carpet, and
they discontinued
it anymore.
I wonder why.
It's too expensive. They weren't selling enough. It's double the price of normal freaking carpet. I don't know why. I don't know why a backing would be that much. All right, I want to talk to you about Retirement Planning Center of the Rockies. Hey, we all think of investments in retirement, but these guys take it a step further. Instead of just talking to you about different investments, stocks, your 401k, what they do is they really take a deep dive on what you personally need in your family to move or transition from your working days into your retirement days. They talk about the health care. They talk about the tax ramifications. They talk about the different investments and make suggestions. And then they talk about the income. How much money are you going to want when you retire? How much do you need per year? What is that cash flow going to look like? 40 years of experience, and I need to say this, Martino uses these guys, and he's very happy. They're just not a sponsor of the show. We actually use them. I want you to call them. You can do a free comprehensive deep dive into what's going on with your retirement. They'll answer all the questions, 100% free consultations. There's no hard press or anything. They meet with you. They tell you everything up front. I don't know what else to say. They make great ideas and answer your questions about the transition from working to retirement. 970-663-3211 is their number. 970-663-3211, or check them out at rpcenter.com. Okay.
Kelly, we reached out to Terry, and so they're talking with them and working and covering that. He did a job back in 2021.
Okay.
Yeah, when it was a $14 water transportation fee, and but it was back in 2021 that he did the last job.
So basically, he's complaining about $14 on a probably $1,000 job or something.
No, it was a $113 job, and so it was a $99 special, and so he's waited 3 years or 2 years to talk to us about $14.
That's definitely worth hanging up on me.
Yes.
You know.
Well, we also got a review back then, and he was cussing in it and just pissed off.
Okay, well, there you go.
Very mature. Yeah.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
proportionate
I was
anger
trying-
of $14.
yeah.
Right.
I mean, I have such good phone etiquette, and I'm
This is
so
crazy,
sweet on the
this
phone,
blonde
and
guy.
then he just
This blonde.
hung up on
This
me.
blonde guy. I had a blind. I'm going to say blonde when I don't care.
Hey, make sure you guys, when you talk about hardwood, tile,
Yeah.
all that stuff too.
I'll tell you what we're going to talk about.
We don't do hardwood, but
cat trees. We're going to talk about cat trees.
Cat trees.
Yeah, you're going to do a free cat tree with every area.
Great.
See, I'm already helping you out.
There you
You've
go.
never advertised cat trees before. You're leaving out the
Not
cat
quite
people.
sure what the cat tree is, but
It's those things they climb
They
up and
take a
go
little
into
nap
holes.
on, yeah.
Tell them, Dragon.
Yeah, a little post that they just sit right there. They're cute.
Nor do they do beards yet. I mean, if I was him,
Right?
I'd be doing beards.
You got a whole market you're missing out on.
Zero res. I remember you used to say you would drink that water. I have yet to see
I have
you drink
never
it.
said I will drink that water. Now, there's other people that do say that, but I have never said that.
You've never
10
drank
seconds.
the empowered. I'm sorry, it's no
I have.
longer empowered.
Yeah, zero water. Yeah, I
Zero
have.
water. They really gave you crap over that. It's so stupid.
I know. That's the EPA. They called it a pesticide.
All right, 303-713-8255. You've been ripped off or taken advantage of. I got a line open, 303 Martino. We'll get aggressive, and if you're in the right, we're going to go. We're going to expose. We're going to hopefully get your money back, or at least warn people about the bad guy. Hey, real quick, and then I'm going to go back to our insurance question, which is a great question, and I have one of our experts up, John Fuller. In fact, he is my accident lawyer. I've used him a couple times. But the question is basically on car insurance, what coverage to get and why being more of the key question. But we were talking about people that are blind last hour, and it's very curious. A question came up. If you're blind, do you dream in color? And I just really never thought of that before. And a very good, loyal listener to the show, his name is Jeremy. Shout out to you, Jeremy. He's been blind. He just emailed me. He's been blind since day one. And he's an older cat. And here's the bottom line, man. He goes, I don't even know what the color black is. So when people talk about colors, he's been blind from, from birth. He has no idea. He also said that he heard us talking about, do you dream just audio or is there visual? He says, in my dreams, I dream in sound. I never have visuals. He's never seen anything, so it's kind of...
That's crazy.
It makes perfect sense, so he's never seen anything. And if you've never heard anything, I guess you would have no idea what a say. How would you even know what a sound is if you've never heard it?
Or a color.
Or a color. It's very interesting to...
I would have never thought that.
So I'd like to get Jeremy on one of these days. I'll send this to Kelly, but I don't even know why I'm intrigued about that. We just take it so much... I don't...
So does he dream in color and just doesn't recognize it?
No, well, no. He's saying he doesn't dream in any visuals. Forget about colors.
Yeah, it's just all sound.
It's just all sound. But that's his entire life. I mean,
that's crazy.
His brain doesn't even know how to process. I mean, that's what's crazy. I'd like to deep dive into that a little more. But let's do this. I'm going to jump over back to Larry. Larry had a question. And John, I'm going to bring John up too. Hey, John, so Larry, I'll give you just some quick background. He's got a couple new vehicles, like a 2022 Ford Bronco. He's got another vehicle. He's a retired guy. He sounds like he has some assets and stuff, but some friends he was talking about are saying we would never buy underinsured or not insured coverage. And basically, I'm explaining to him the answer, but I think you can do it a lot better. What I have told him, John, is if they get injured, forget about the Bronco. He can always go to different coverages to get his vehicle fixed if somebody with no insurance hit his vehicle. But if he's got a neighbor in the car or a grandkid in the car and that car gets hit and that grandkid all of a sudden can't work at McDonald's anymore, or, I mean, whatever it is, there's no one to go after. Zero, because the other person doesn't have coverage. That is where I believe it comes into play, but I want to hear from you. You deal with these circumstances day in and day out. Please, John, go.
I'd get new friends. You're getting terrible advice, okay? The bottom line is, look, insurance is is there to protect you for damage that you do to somebody else, but there's no guarantee that the person that does damage to you or a loved one or a passenger in the car is going to have the same level of insurance that you have. And so you can have all the life insurance in the world and still not have any coverage in the event that somebody hurts you or a passenger in your car. And that's the reason we carry uninsured motorist coverage.
And you've seen it. And John, I know you can't get into particulars, but you have seen numerous cases where the injuries make it so the person that got hit, the not at fault person, can't work anymore, and basically the coverage is next to nothing, and it's completely changed their lives. They lose their house, they lose everything.
Absolutely. Listen, the state minimum limits in Colorado are $25,000.
I know.
If you have even moderate injuries and go to the ER, you can burn through $25,000 of medical bills in about 15 minutes.
Hey, Larry.
Okay?
Yeah, hold on, John. I want to chime in on that. Larry, this is a very true story. My daughter was rear-ended on I-25. In fact, John was our attorney, but she went to the hospital, not by ambulance. We drove her up there. She had a MRI and I believe a CAT scan, and they looked at her for maybe an hour. The whole thing was an hour. John, how much was her bill? Do you remember?
I think the total bill was almost $50,000.
It was absolutely crazy, Larry. So if you have somebody with the minimals, you can run into issues. But I want you to ask John a question now, please.
Yeah, I guess. If the company but the guy that hits me doesn't have the money, there's nothing going on with any of these offerings, like underinsured or whatever, that I can get money out of to cover what he can't, what he won't, what his insurance won't. And is there this open up the door to any legal actions to take and sue him?
John, I think, yes, you could go sue him, but what happens, John? So, people with minimal insurance generally what?
I didn't hear the question really good, but I think what he said was if he doesn't have coverage, can I sue him anyway? Was that the gist of it?
Yes.
Okay, so absolutely you can, and you'll be just like some of those commercials you see on TV where they talk about a particular attorney in town and they say, you know, the insurance company offered us next to nothing and my attorney went and got a big judgment. You know, a judgment is something you can frame and put on the wall and tell yourself how great you did in court, but it doesn't mean that you're able to collect one penny of that judgment to help offset your actual damages. So many times we have the ability to go to court, but you don't have the ability to actually collect anything. And so listen, if you want to not be insured and you just don't care if somebody comes and does all the damage to you, that's certainly your prerogative. But don't ever let somebody drive in the car with you if you have that same attitude, because there's a really good chance. In fact, the stats in Colorado say that 1 in 3 drivers have no insurance at all.
That's crazy.
And so
that's crazy, John.
If you want to up that and really scare yourself, not only do 1 in 3 not have any insurance, but 2 out of 3 have either no insurance or the minimal limits in Colorado, which is $25,000.
Yeah, I mean, Larry, really, I'm hoping we're getting through to you, and I don't think the coverage is all that much more. And the other thing is, depending on the insurance company you have, they might have had you waive MedPay. MedPay is the cheapest coverage you can get, and basically no one can go after that money. So if you have a health insurance company and your MedPay pays out, that money can be used instantly, and it doesn't harm you with your rates or anything else, man. So never waive MedPay as well.
Medical payments you're talking about?
Say that again, sir, Larry?
Yes, sir. Medical payments coverage. You're
right.
Okay. Where would umbrella coverage come in on this?
Well, umbrella, it depends. Now, John, I'll let you answer this, but some umbrellas, and I just got to tell people this, some umbrellas do not go over to your cars. You want to make sure they do.
So an umbrella policy, by definition, is merely an extension of your liability coverage, which protects you against liability against somebody else that you hurt. If you want to add on what's called a rider, some carriers will sell you a rider that actually extends that same amount of money in uninsured motorist coverage, but the only way you can do that is if you have the corresponding same amount of uninsured motorist coverage as you have liability below. And I would highly recommend that. I can tell you that, I mean, even in my personal insurance, coverage and stuff, the main reason that I have an umbrella is to extend the uninsured motorist coverage. I want that coverage more than anything else in the world because that's the only thing that will protect me and my family in the event that something happens. And I care mostly about me and my family.
Larry, so basically what I have, and I don't mind sharing this, we have regular car insurance, we have the uninsured, no insured, and then on top of that we have an umbrella, but I had to make sure that the umbrella went on top of those other coverages. And the first one I had didn't, but the one I have now does.
Okay, what if it just goes to your condo, the umbrella?
You can, the umbrella, like John says, is the liability. Pretty much any liability, you usually have to have, my umbrella, I think I have to have $500,000.
Right. They all have a minimum coverage that you have to have an underlying coverage.
Because the umbrella doesn't kick in until that $500,000 has been eaten up by the other insurance company. That's why umbrellas are so cheap.
Yeah, so keep in mind, umbrellas are primarily to protect you from liability for hurting somebody else. You have to go the next step to make sure that that umbrella also extends to covering you in the event that somebody else doesn't have any coverage or not enough coverage.
But
it doesn't do it all by itself.
Larry, I don't think we can explain it anymore, to be quite honest. I'm putting you on hold, but here's the deal, man. I don't care what your friends are saying. You got a brand new $56,000 vehicle. I know you got some money. You're retired. I know you have friends. You're crazy not to have that coverage. You're absolutely crazy not to have it. Hey, John, I don't know if there's anything else you want to chime in, but I put him on hold. I appreciate it, man. I just don't know why people don't get that, except for one main reason. They're not informed. They don't quite understand. All they're thinking about is, if someone hits me and it totals my car and they don't have insurance, I have coverage where I pay my $500 deductible and I get a brand new car. Well, that probably is true if you have that coverage. But that has they're not thinking about if they're seriously injured.
But you've been down that road a couple times, Mark, and you've seen it personally exactly how it can impact you and your family on a first-hand basis. A lot of people, and I can't tell you how many people come into my office and they say, I've got great insurance after they are victims in an accident, okay? I've got great insurance. I've got $250,000 of liability coverage. And I think they're shocked to hear that liability coverage doesn't protect, doesn't cover them.
I know.
One little bit. It's only to protect against hurting the other guy, and it doesn't protect you and your family.
I know, and people don't know it, and that's why we talk about Compass Insurance is a great place. They're never going to sell you stuff you don't need, but they're going to explain everything, and that's it. Hey, John Fuller, I appreciate him. By the way, John literally is my accident lawyer. I'm not kidding. We've used him twice, and both times, man, he rung the bell. He got as good as it gets. I hate to use the word boutique, but he kind of is a boutique firm. He kind of chooses cases where he decides if he's going to do it. And when he does decide to take your case, guess what? He's going to be there to hold your hand through it. When you call him up, he's going to answer. You're going to deal with John. You're not going to be some cog in some massive mega wheel. You can check him out at myaccidentlawyer.co. myaccidentlawyer.co. Now listen, Lou, real quick. What is your question? And then I have to take a break and I'll come back. What is your question, Lou?
Well, I'll keep it short and somewhat entertaining. I've gotten disenchanted with my current appliance warranty firm.
Yeah.
And I was wondering if who's good?
All right, hold on. I'd love to talk about that. 303-713-8255. I bet people that listen to the show know where I'm going to go with this. But 303-713-8255. We have a couple lines open.
Yeah, and that insurance, it's not that expensive.
What's that?
That insurance is not going to be that expensive.
Well, the MedPay is almost nothing. Investors. I do not know why this is acting like it is.
So is he typically off-site now, Martino?
Yeah.
Okay, what's your name?
Almost, well, I'd say the majority of a week.
He's from home.
Yeah. He's had some, his back's better now, but he's had some pretty bad deals. He's had a bad year and a half. How's that? But he's getting good, man. He had a nice back surgery. It seemed to solve a lot. And he finally started understanding he's not going to be crawling under buses and stuff and irritating injuries at the age of 70.
He wants to still be 35, huh?
Hold on a sec. You know what's great about Fix It 24/7? $39. $39's nothing. Let's say you have a problem. Let's say you have a light bulb. You've changed it 5 times, but it keeps flickering. Or a switch that doesn't work. Or how about your furnace started making a noise? Or your water heater. The water's not as hot as it used to be. For $39 stinking dollars, $39, you can get a professional to your house and get it diagnosed. $39, man. It costs them more than that to send somebody out. That's the deal, man. Write that down. I'm going to give you the number. Website's fixmyhome.com. But a licensed, insured professional to your house for any electrical, heating, cooling, drain cleaning, any of the needs you have, fixmyhome.com, 720-526-3939. Now, let's say someone passes away in your family, maybe a distant aunt. I want to kind of take out, your parents, so you're not like, well, whatever. I'm going down a weird road there. But anyhow, home investors. Let's say they were a hoarder, and you're left with this house that has stuff, meaning mostly trash, just piled up everywhere, and you don't want to clean this thing up. You just want to get a good, fair price for what's there. That's these guys. You've seen their signs everywhere. WeBuyUglyHouses.com. Give them a call. They buy it directly. They can usually close within a couple days. There's no commissions. There's no fees. There's zero cost to you. They write you a check. And here's what I always say. If you want to go through a realtor, that's great. But in certain circumstances where you got to put a lot of money into that property just to show it, you might have a way better deal actually selling it through these guys. So just call them up for the free offer. Then make your decision. 800-44-BUYER. That's 800-44-BUYER or WeBuyUglyHouses.com.
$10, that's like kind of your job, dude.
Yeah.
I don't feel comfortable doing that. I mean, he knows me, but at the same time, it's like, oh, don't make me do that.
But you're better at this.
Can't
Did you ever buy a home warranty?
Can't you just do it from the airport while you're drinking?
Did you ever buy a home warranty product?
No. I haven't.
I have not either. I have not. How about you two? You guys own a home warranty?
No. I think they're total ripoffs.
Yeah, well, we all do, but do you have one?
No.
Okay.
Are you prepping before you make your comments?
No. I know how I feel about them. I can't stand them. I've never bought one, but I've never had anybody call the show. Well, that's not true. We did have someone call the show after beating up home warranty companies and say they replaced this, that, and the other. So we did have someone do that.
What do you think about car warranties?
I don't buy any of them.
Don't buy anything?
None of them.
But wasn't that caller, like, it was only one time? And they initially denied their claim like 5 times, if I remember that call.
Well, that's generally how most of them go. We've had
Yeah.
so many calls just like that. Hey, Dragon, put up my next spot so I'm not...
No.
I bought one. I bought a car warranty. We just bought a 2019 Lincoln Navigator. And
Bought a warranty.
Did buy an extended warranty. It went outside of the factory warranty and had to rebuild the engine.
Wow, how much?
I paid $100.
Yeah, I bet.
So that one
paid for itself.
Paid for itself.
What was the warranty? 3-4 probably.
4.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's a
And so that
crapshoot.
saved my butt, and because I just had a spidey sense that they'd buy it for this one.
The big one is the new car warranties really drive me crazy because they run the aftermarket ones they sell, or even the ones that manufacturers sell. They run concurrently. So if you buy a 5-year, it runs concurrent with the 3-year. It's like, so really you're buying a 2-year warranty.
Exactly.
Plus, I generally sell our cars before they're out of warranty because they're way easier to sell. You're selling a car with a bumper-to-bumper warranty.
Yep. Yep.
And right now, used cars are still fetching nice money.
You can't. It's hard to find them.
It's really hard. Everybody's trying to buy them. I get ads all the time. Hey,
so you buy brand new?
Mm-hmm.
See, I've typically bought 2 years old, and then just run them.
I can't. The last time I bought a used car would be, God, man, I couldn't even tell you, 10, 15 years.
Yeah.
But we spin them quick, man. Before.
What do you typically buy?
Hyundais or a Genesis.
Really?
Yeah. So right now I got a Santa Fe. I got a Genesis G90. Oh, I got a Tesla though, so I do have a Tesla.
I can't bring myself to buy a Tesla.
A Kona. Oh my God, it's the only thing I like driving now. I love it, man.
I'm gonna drive a truck for the rest of my days.
Dude, there is nothing like it. It is so freaking fast.
They're fast, there's no doubt, but
it just moves. And then the autopilot is exactly that. It's a autopilot.
I probably don't buy it just because of all the political crap around it and trying to be environmentalist.
The only political crap around Tesla is Elon Musk.
I love him.
I do too.
I won't buy his car.
I love it, man. I absolutely love the car. I love the yoke. I got a yoke. I don't even have a steering wheel.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting.
The speed, unless you've ever been in one.
I've been in one. I've driven. I mean, they're quick,
That's
man.
the part that is just like, it's just so instantaneous.
I'm always going to buy a truck and drive a truck, though.
Another one?
Yeah. Well, our G90 is like that, or our GV90. I mean, it's a big SUV.
Yeah.
It's not as big as what you just bought, but it's pretty damn big. And it's twin
and
turbo.
I love the Lincoln Navigator. I bought it for Shanine.
People that like those love them.
Yeah, I love them.
All right, 303-713-8255. 303 Martino, you've been ripped off, taken advantage of, want to expose a bad guy. We want to hear from you. In studio with me, Shane is with Zero Res. You know what's interesting about Zero Res?
It's a palindrome.
I know. I wonder how many people realize that.
I don't
Probably
know.
not a lot.
Forward or backwards, it's the right way to clean.
Oh, God.
There you go.
Who was that guy that used to sell the Shamu? What was his name?
Know.
Or the Chamois? Come on, it was that... The ShamWow. But who was the guy? It wasn't
I don't know
Billy.
who it is.
You are so good at selling your product, and I don't mean that in a bad way. First of all, I know your product works.
It's totally
I've used you.
genuine, though,
It's
right? We've been doing it for 20 years.
But it's crazy. Have you done an infomercial on it?
Well, we do the morning shows, like on TV, Good Morning Colorado, or Loving.
I've never seen one of those. Do you do it yourself?
I do it. Yep, I do it.
Yeah.
I multiple times a month on about 5 or 6 different TV shows.
Is that
morning
good?
Shows.
Does that work good for you?
It does. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, it does. And
So the
I enjoy doing
ROI's
it.
there on that.
Come again?
The ROI's there on those.
Usually
on yours.
On TV, it's probably a 6 or 7.
Does the franchise, I mean, I'm kind of deep diving into Zero Res. Does the franchise chip in for that stuff?
No.
Not at all. So back when I had the Goodyears, I'd get all kinds of co-op.
No, they're trying to bring that together a little bit more on a more national brand, but we handle a lot of our stuff locally.
So the guy that owns one in Texas, he's handling his own stuff.
Yep.
Where does the corporate, I'm talking franchises in general, where does the corporate come in to help you? Like, are the computer systems and software?
Yep, that is proprietary software that they've developed and put together. And Zero Res has gotten a lot better to support the franchisee.
Yeah.
There's a national brand fund that does that, but we've got an awesome group that we work with. And
I can honestly say I have not received one complaint that I can recall, and you have been with us for a minimum of 5, maybe 10 years.
Yeah, it's closer to probably 10 years.
Yeah.
And we've gotten 4 complaints, and we handle them
over the
immediately.
10-year period.
Yeah.
From us?
Yep.
I just don't even remember those. That was
But
nice.
we
That was nice
create-
and honest of
we
you.
create
What were
raving
the
fans.
complaints?
A lot of it goes around cost.
Okay.
Just
that's our
I
number.
thought it was this, but it became out to be this. But they add different
added
rooms,
stuff.
different areas, pet treatments,
Or they go out and they have a great room that's like
600
1,200
square
square
feet,
feet, and they're like, that's one area,
Hey,
damn it.
But we're not afraid to address it and deal with it.
No, you're
We're
not.
going to do it.
All right, so let's go to this real quick. Lou, home warranty. First of all, man, I don't believe there's any good ones. I hear, and I always get these emails after I say this. I'll get an email saying, well, I bought one, and we paid $10 a month for 3 years, and my stove went out, and I got a new stove, and my water heater went out, and I got a new water heater, and my furnace went out. I got a new furnace. I'm going to get one of those emails. But let me tell you the calls I get. The calls are like this. I have been paying for 10 years $100 to $300 a year, and my water heater broke or my dishwasher broke, and they say it was pre-existing, so they're not going to do anything. Well, yeah, that I hear 9 out of 10 times. In fact, the people that do say stuff was actually done, I'm not even sure that they're telling the truth, but I'm going to take them at their word. There's no reason to lie, but it's 1 out of 10. In fact, it's more like 1 out of 100. So, honest to God, Lou, I would not buy one. I simply would not.
Well, that goes along with what I've been thinking. The one I've had, we had a furnace problem and a microwave back in November, and it took 6 visits and 3 technicians to fix the furnace, and we didn't get our new microwave until, I think, February or early March.
Well, I'm glad you actually
fed up with that.
Actually, okay, I'd agree, like living without the microwave or whatever, appliance, a furnace, anything, for a period of time would absolutely suck. But, I'm happy you actually got something out of them, because once again, our average call into this show is, I have so-and-so home warranty and something broke. The dishwasher broke. They said I have no coverage on it. Here's the problem with them in general. When you buy that policy, you generally buy it per the amount of appliances you have, right?
Right.
So they don't come out, they don't check it. So when you do have a problem with it and they say it's pre-existing, there's nothing you can do to argue it. I mean, there's nothing. They didn't come out. Really what they should do, and this would kill their business model because it would take too much time for $10 a month. They should send someone out to your house and look at your appliances and say, okay, we're going to cover the dishwasher. We're going to cover the furnace. Nope. This microwave is way too old. There's no coverage on this. I mean, if they did that, I might be down for it. But the way they do it now, I just wouldn't touch it. I just wouldn't, Lou. Honest to God, I wouldn't do it. I've never done it, ever. The only warranty I've ever bought on an appliance was a refrigerator I bought from Costco, and it was a Costco warranty for like, I don't know, $50 on a $3,000 fridge. So I went ahead and bought that, and I don't think I've used it. So there.
Well, yeah, a lot of what we have were bought originally like from Sears and picked it up, and so they covered that microwave because of it, I think.
You know what, Lou? I want to say something, though, man, because I like being as transparent as it gets. I asked Shane in studio with me with Zero Res, does he buy home warranties? And he says no, but he asked me, what do I think about after used car warranties? And I said I'd never buy them. I feel the same way, but what happened with you?
I bought one on this new
$4,000,
and we had to just went out of factory warranty, and we had to rebuild rebuild the engine, so it paid for itself.
And they covered it, so he got basically a $10,000 engine,
for
maybe even more these days,
$150.
for $100. So I'm not saying these things never work. I'm saying if you saved up that money, generally speaking, it's like playing roulette, but you're not going red or black, you're going green. That's how I look at it. Everybody hang tight. Bennett, I'll come back to you. We have some lines open. 303 Martino, 303-713-TALK.
Yeah, I typically won't buy them.
What's that?
Extended warranties.
Yeah. Well, a lot of it's pricing, like that fridge from Costco. First of all, I know Costco's not going to screw me.
Yeah.
So there's that. But, you know, it was such a... It was maybe 2%, maybe 1%.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of looked at it as if I was buying that same fridge somewhere else, I'd be spending, you know, an extra $300 or $400.
Yeah.
I love Costco.
We've started to shop at Sam's a lot because that's the ones in Castle Rock.
I shop at Sam's. We shop at Sam's more than Costco for exactly that, Castle Rock.
Yeah. Are you down in Castle Rock?
We're in Franktown.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
My brother just moved out to Elizabeth, Franktown area.
Yep. We love it out
Good
there.
place.
We were in Red Hawk for years.
He has hit 2 elk.
Sorry, give me 30 or a minute. should have reminded him. At least I didn't get up and use a bathroom or something. I need another one.
You watching this?
I was good to begin with. I was just messing with you. I'm going to tell you about a deal that I still can't believe is real, but it is. In fact, I'm taking advantage of it. In fact, I'm going to talk to Shane real quick. Shane, listen to this. How much do you think a water heater installed is these days? And we didn't prep this. This is honest to God. And when I say installed, they come out to your house, they take the old one, they give you new gas flex lines, they give the new water lines, they do the permits, they do everything they're supposed to do, okay? They give you a 6-year warranty, and on top of that, it's a major brand like Rheem or A.O. Smith. How much do you think for, I don't know, a 40-gallon? How much?
6 to 7 grand.
Oh, my God. Well, you're way over. I'd say the average is probably about $4 grand. These guys, you ready for this? Euro Plumbing. This guy's unbelievable. His name is Vivitar. He's unbelievable. 40 gallons, $1,299.
Seriously?
Ungodly. $1,299.
That is a smoking good deal.
It's crazy. 50 gallon, $1,399. That's what these guys do. Over 10 years experience. I love Dimitar. You got to check these guys out. He came to America from Bulgaria in '06. It's one of those true deals, man.
Good for him.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. Now he's running a business and he's killing it. He's crushing the competition on water heaters. He said, I'm going to focus in on this, and that's what he does. $12.99 for a 40-gallon, 50-gallon, $13.99. Call up Euro Plumbing right now, 303-668 6844. You know who I was talking to during the show last segment was John Fuller, Fuller Law. I'm not kidding when I say I used John twice. Once we got T-boned, he got us max limits. Then my daughter got rear-ended on I-25. That was horrible. Same thing, max limits. If you want a personal injury attorney that's going to care about you, that's going to hold your hand through it. He's going to give you advice on how to get the best outcome. And by the way, he can also price and give you a good idea of what your case is worth. If you've been thinking, well, I'm not too injured, maybe I'll just go through my health insurance, not call an attorney. I'm telling you, you're crazy. You're absolutely crazy. You call John Fuller, you tell him what happened, he's going to give you a good idea of what he can get for you. 303-597-4500. 303-597-4500. Don't forget, My Accident Lawyer can be your accident lawyer at myaccidentlawyer.co.
Yeah, for $1,300.
It's so cheap.
That's super good.
Yeah, 13. It's crazy, man. We have probably sold this guy so many water heaters. It's crazy. But you were right, man. If you call up, there's some companies, if you call up right now and they come out, they will, they'll probably try to sell you one of those
tankless.
Yeah, and those could be 10 grand.
Yeah.
And then they'll give you other options, and they'll do like a high recovery or something, even in a small house where it makes like 0
They're
cents.
not cheap, man.
They could be 7-8 grand.
I know.
And then a normal one like what this guy's selling, he sells all of them anyhow. He'll give you options, but the
yeah, $4 grand sounds about right.
They'd want $4 grand all day for it. Most of these bigger companies.
I'm going to wrap up here in about 5 or 6 minutes.
You got it.
And then boogie off to some things. But always enjoy you doing the show, Mark.
Thank you, man.
The enthusiasm, excitement, it's always super good. We booked 7 or 8 so far.
Oh, good.
So
we'll hit it hard here in a second. Actually, we might not. How many minutes do I got? Like 30 seconds?
And you can hit it while I'm gone.
To talk here, yeah, you have maybe a minute.
Okay, just stay through the intro and then split.
Yep.
And we'll hit it hard for you. You ever go out and clean anymore or no? When's the last time you picked up one of your machines?
It's been a while.
Like what, 5 years?
Probably
Yeah,
more.
okay. Yeah.
No, just we're on the backside running the business and building it and growing it. So.
I'd bounce from all my stores, but the one thing I would jump in on snow days, it didn't matter what store I was at. I'd jump in and bust tires all day.
How long ago did you do Goodyear?
I sold the last one in 15.
How many did you own?
5.
Really? Was it a good franchise?
It was pretty good, man. Goodyear was really good. 08 through 010 was really tough, man.
Yeah.
I mean, really tough. When they did cash for clunkers, instead of fixing a car, instead of fixing a POS because the alternator went out, they give you a 10 grand tax credit, man. And then they totally destroyed the old car. That cash for clunkers really hurt the industry, really hurt salvage yards, really hurt repair
10
shops.
seconds, guys.
It was pretty brutal, man.
Yeah.
But other than that, it was good. Long term, I did great. I mean, I couldn't have. It was ridiculous. All right, folks, 303-713-8255. We've got another hour going. You've been ripped off or taken advantage of. I do want to hear from you. And I'm going to pin Shane down right after this break for a deal for Zero Res Carpet. I hope you're ready, Shane, because I'm going to give you the business.
Locked and loaded.
Yep, we're going to see what we can get out of them. I've used them at my house. Tom's used them numerous times. We're going to give you a screaming deal and a reason to use them. And the cool part is the reason any company, especially you guys, well, actually any company, the reason you give kind of these lost leaders is to get in there, show what a great job you can do, how fast that carpet's going to dry, how clean you get it. Then when they need a cleaning next time, they know what to call.
I can talk till I'm blue in the face, but until you've experienced it, seen it, touched it, felt it,
yeah,
you just don't know.
You just don't know. So right after the break, we're going to give you that. And if you haven't gotten them clean since winter, you know, we're basically exiting mud season. It's starting to get warm. Now's the time to do it. Everybody hold tight. Bennett, you hold tight, too. You've been ripped off, taken advantage of. 303 Martino, I want to hear from you now. I want you to rat out those bad guys. 303 Martino.
That's good.
What's that?
Rat out those bad guys.
Yeah.
So how much, you said it earlier,
what's that?
How much do you think you've saved customers or gotten back for customers over?
Well, all we can count over, and this isn't mine, this is Tom's 40 years. I've only been 20 years, but for 10 of it, I own the Goodyear, so I wasn't here a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But 40 years, over 300 million. But that's only counting stuff that we actually touched.
Yeah.
Someone driving down the street that heard something like, this happens all the time. We'll get a call. Oh, my God, I just heard that lady got ripped off $2,000 from that concrete guy. Joey, what was his name? Valdez or whatever his name was.
Yeah.
I was just about to sign a contract and give him $500 down. I mean, that happens more than you could ever imagine. So there's no calculation to that stuff.
Yeah, the bad thing is that, right, you never know really, did she get ripped off that $2,000? Is that company a good company, or is she just being crazy difficult, right?
The ones that are cut and dry are, I'll tell you, I go back to concrete, man. They're some of the worst. They'll show up. We're working down the street. We're going to have our trucks here tomorrow. We'll do your whole driveway. They'll give a price that's just unheard of. But, we got to book it because we're going to be moving around. Give me $1,000 now. You never see them again.
Yeah, I would never do that.
It's not a shoddy job.
Yeah.
It's a fucking money grab.
Yeah, they just never come.
Oh, I got to tell you this story. This is crazy, man. So we were flying out a DIA a week ago, Suzanne and I. We go through Frontier, and we have the same luggage all the time. So we put it in. They, if it's a personal item, they want to make sure it fits in the box. No big deal. They've been doing that forever. I mean, we've flown them probably 100 times, man. So it fits in the box perfect. The guy goes, you got to turn it sideways now. I said, what the hell are you talking about? I said, the dimensions are the dimensions.
Yeah.
He goes, well, you're going to miss your plane then, because if I turn it sideways, of course it sticks out. It's that stupid. So we go ahead and pay it was like $236 for these two little bags that we've used 100 times. I couldn't believe it. It was such a money grab, I've never seen it. So we got back over that weekend. Monday, I literally filed suit against them. They refunded my money by Tuesday, but I got the whole thing on video. I mean, it is so absurd. I can't believe they did it. Till this day, I cannot believe.
You know what? I forgot to tell you, Mark.
But here's why they do it. You ready? these guys give. Yeah, man.
I forgot to tell you, Mark. So Ryan this morning flew Frontier to Florida.
Yeah.
And he had this big backpack.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, you are going to get so pinched.
So it doesn't. Did it fit or it didn't fit?
So here's the deal. The gate agent basically said, we're going to probably have to charge you that. You need to go put it in the
bin.
In the bin. So he was waiting to do it, but there was a mother there with the stroller, and they were trying to charge her, and she was arguing.
Oh,
and
they
arguing.
will charge her.
So basically, he just kind of snuck around.
He snuck on.
And didn't have to deal
His
with
might.
it.
Here's the deal. If it doesn't fit in the bin, I'm down with whatever Frontier says. It has to fit in the bin.
Sure.
But here's what they did. They empower the gate people now. They get $10 for every bag they collect to 55 each way on. Oh. So now they're like coming up with stuff like it's got to go sideways.
And they're not Frontier employees. They're third-party contractors.
Yeah, so they work for Frontier, but it's a third-party gate contractor.
That's
so
Bush League.
Totally Bush League. So what legal got back to me on, and by the way, there's no phone number for them anymore. There's no one to call. They literally got rid of any phone number to call Frontier.
You know they're making a good chunk of change off of that.
Oh, they're killing it. To me, I'm not saying it came down from corporate, and this is just my opinion. They're basically looking at all these bag fees they're getting now, because that $10 they're giving to them, they're keeping 45 of.
Oh, yeah.
And they're going, okay, well, no harm, no foul. And people can't call up and complain because there's no number.
That's crazy.
And how many people are going to sue them over $200?
No, they won't.
God, it's such a money grab. I get so pissed off just thinking about it.
So you actually filed suit against them?
Yeah, they were back. I served them, and they were back to me within 48 hours.
Did you use John Fuller, or who did you use?
No. Small claims.
Just small claims?
Just small claims, just like that. I looked up their Secretary of State, Frontier, wrote it down, went and served their registered agent, and 2 days later I had that call. I sent them the video after they contacted me. And on the video, it's so evident. I mean, it's like so embarrassing to them. It's crazy. Because then when we land in Vegas, I go to another Frontier, and I have Suzanne.
Put it in there.
And I put it in there, and I grab one of their employees. I said, is this okay? And she goes, yeah, it's okay. It fits in there. And I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
And then she noticed Suzanne recording her, so she kind of shut up. But it's like.
That's too bad.
Yeah,
it's just not worth your time to fart with it.
That's what they're banking on.
That's just. No, it's not worth the company's time to fart with it.
God, I don't know, man. So 9 flights a day. No, 100. God, someone told us exactly. Somewhere between 100 and 200 flights a day. $55 a bag. That's just DIA.
That's true.
You start doing this math. If they only flag 10%, I mean, you're talking 10 to 20 million a year on a brand new profit center. And there's nothing you can do because here's what there's no one to complain
to. Call.
What's that?
There's no one to call.
There's no one to call. Nobody.
That's going to get them in trouble.
They started doing that almost, God, man, it's been probably 5-6 months. You cannot call. You can't call and book a flight. Everything is online, 100%. I mean, if they did it right, I really don't have a problem with that, but they didn't do it right.
That's why you don't fly Frontier.
I bought an all-you-can-eat.
Really?
Yeah. Cheap. So I do.
Do they still sell them?
They probably just stopped, but yeah, they still sell all you can eat.
Wow.
They're cheap, man. It was $800. That's
crazy.
We can go hop on a plane. You know, there's caveats everywhere, but for us it works perfect. We could hop on a plane tomorrow and go to anywhere they fly for $15, which is
that's crazy.
Airport fee and tax. International, which is only like Mexico, Costa Rica, you know, it's not England, is $80 just purely for fees. One of the biggest things is you got to book a day in advance.
So you can't just do the same day and jump on a flight and go?
Oh, you can do same day or a day in advance. You can't book 2 days in advance.
Ah, you can only do a day in advance.
Only a day in advance. So if you're going somewhere where they, like Las Vegas, say fly 9-10 flights a day, you're never going to have an issue. But if you're going to a place that, like here to, I think Nashville, they only fly like 4 times a week, those planes can be full. So, you know, you might get there and then you're not getting back. So once again, it's got to go. Your lifestyle has to be able to support.
Yeah. That ability to do that.
The ability, yeah, exactly. But it's kind of cool, man. Like, hey, you know, we've never been to Austin. Let's just fly to Austin for a day. It's $30. We've never been to, you know, wherever. I mean, you can go anywhere they fly.
For $15.
In the country, yeah, continental.
Yeah.
I wish they flew to Hawaii. That'd be the bomb, but they don't.
That may just be worth flights to like Dallas or Salt Lake or
all day long.
$800.
Oh my God, all day long.
10
if
seconds,
you fly
guys.
that, long as you can. Once again, like Dallas wouldn't be an issue. They got lots of them. Dallas, Fort Worth. I don't know about Salt Lake. I know they definitely have routes there, but I don't know how many.
Yeah.
But if you looked and they have, let's say, that's a pretty big city actually. I mean, for Denver. So I would guess they have 3 or 4 a day. 3 or 4 a day, you're always going to get a flight.
I may look at that.
Just make sure just make sure you understand their baggage and videotape everything. All right, 303-713-8255. Welcome to the show. As you know, it's the only show of its kind. We solve problems, answer questions, take complaints. We don't deep dive into politics. Although there's a ton of stuff going on lately. I try to I try to literally block stuff out now. I find, and by the way, in studio with me, well, let me finish this up. Seriously, you've been ripped off or taken advantage of. I do want to hear from you. I mean it. Honest to God, if you've got a bad contractor and they took money or didn't finish the job, that's what we're about. We use the power of the media to go after those scumbags. Honestly, we make their life miserable, and we've recouped over $300 million. If you're new to the show, that's more than a lot of law firms. It's really crazy amounts of recovery. 303-MARTINO is the number, 303-713-8255. I have Shane in with me from Zero Res, and we're going to talk about a special that's unbelievable. But, Shane, I want to ask something on a side note.
Shoot.
Do you watch the news anymore? Honestly,
I don't. I really don't.
It's crazy, isn't it?
It's depressing.
Not only is it depressing, it gives me anxiety.
It does. It infuriates. I've for years now, I've stopped.
So what do you listen to, like, in the car now?
A lot
besides
of times,
our show.
A lot of times, indefinitely, I listen to podcasts or books.
I love podcasts.
I'm trying to read. I put it at 42 books, a book a week right now.
Oh my God, man!
Is what I'm trying to do this year. And
fiction, nonfiction. What's your gig?
It's usually business, self-improvement.
Love it.
That kind of stuff.
Love
Dr. Benjamin Hardy. That kind of stuff. But
I love true crime stuff. I love hearing true crime.
I could totally see that in you.
I love it, man.
Yeah.
I can't believe some of these cases. It's like, I just don't even, like, how does someone go missing in broad daylight for 40 years? And it's just like, it's crazy.
It's mind-boggling, baffling.
And that stuff happens all the time.
Yep. So that's where I spend a lot of my time. But the news and that kind of stuff, I've got too many things to worry about.
I'm in the same way. It depresses me. I do like sitcoms. I like local news. Just in the morning, I watch Fox 31 because I want to know the weather, and I don't want to be ignorant on the air. I mean, if something blew up down here, I'd like to know what happened.
Sure.
So let me ask you this, man. Zero Res, you've done my house. Actually, you've been out to my house twice. You did a great job. So
Appreciate that.
Real quick, the reason it's better is why? Why is it the best carpet cleaning?
One, the technology we bring to bear. We don't use soap, detergent, shampoos, or harsh toxic chemicals, right? So it's safe for you, your pets, family, and friends.
Plus, that would replenish a carpet as well,
That's right?
Not just clean it.
And it's not cheap to replace carpet, right?
No.
That investment's big. And so you extend the life of that carpet. Actually, one of my realtor that we use, he's had his carpet for, it's probably nearly 30 years.
Yeah.
White carpet
Looks
in a
good.
home. Looks fantastic, and we've taken care of it for years. And
it's white.
It is. It's white.
I'd be terrified to get white carpet.
And so it's just that. But more importantly than that, Mark, is our philosophy. We're in the business of creating raving fans. We don't want to see you once, never see you again. We want time and time and time again. When your neighbor asks you, Mark, who do you use?
Boom.
It's immediate. You have to experience the Zero Res difference.
Now,
that's what we bring to the table.
Yeah, you the whole experience, plus, of course, when you leave, the carpet's great.
That's right. And it stays cleaner longer.
Generally speaking, 3 areas. If someone called you up last week and says, I need my living room and the guest bedroom and my office done, 3 areas.
$99.
Yep.
But each additional area thereafter, right, is $65 an area.
So how much would you be at for that? So you'd be at 200 and something.
Yeah. So it depends on if you do stairs too, right? $6 a step. For a normal flight of stairs, you're about $75, right?
Okay, so I want you to sharpen your pencil to the point of insanity.
Okay.
You want new customers, like you said.
Yep.
This time when you go out, it doesn't make that. Right now, you're just trying to earn the customer and the business, so you get the referrals from the neighbors, all that. So what are you going to do? Give us something.
So when I was driving in today, I said, you know what? We're going to give a smoking good deal. Talking with Jeff Lewis, our ops manager and our marketing partner. We're going to do an unlimited number of areas, $33 an area.
Oh, wait. So if you have... Now, that's crazy. I think I'm going to call you. So if you have... like
dial it up, brother. Dial it up.
3 bedrooms, a living room, whatever, 5 areas in your house that are carpeted, you're talking $33 an area.
$183.
Oh, my. For what I just said.
Yep,
that'd be 5 areas.
an area, right? Where you're normally you'd be close to $300.
And instead of trying to upsell on the stairs, you'll even include up to 10 stairs you said
as
on
one
the
of
break.
The areas. Yep.
As an area. You're not going to beat that. And by the way, it's the best carpet cleaning out there. Let's not forget that
Period, bar none.
Now, what's the caveats?
Nothing. Just call us.
It doesn't have to be today.
You got to book today.
Book it.
And you
not
gotta
have them
complete
done
it
today. Book it.
Nope. You got to complete it by May 12th. An area is up to 200 square feet. Now, if you've got pet issues on the carpet, we can address that.
Yep.
But that's not in the $33 an area special.
I got
That's for getting a good, thorough, zero-res clean to get the carpets clean. But if you got stuff in the backing of the carpet and the pad,
yeah, but I want to say
take
something.
Additional steps.
We have pets. When you guys came out, your guy that came out actually brought that way to our attention before anything. He said, hey, this one room, it looks like where our cats are. I was talking to you about a cat tree. He goes, this one room is going to be a little more if you want to do it. If you don't want to do it, that's fine. My point is, it's not like at the end of the job you go, oh, we had to do this.
Oh, yeah, we did this and we charge you an extra $200.
You'll know exactly what the price is when your guy shows up.
Yep. We'll do a walkthrough when we get there. So you're going to walk us through, show us exactly what needs to be done. We're going to ask some questions as we go through, and we're going to make sure we know the price and the work that needs to be done. You give us the green light, and then we get to sweating.
I love it.
And we work our butts off.
So, look, ZeroResDenver.com. I just want to make sure you get this. I don't want to hear this tomorrow. You got to do it today.
Yep.
I feel like I am doing an infomercial, but Shane comes in. He doesn't come in a lot. He's been on our referral list forever, but he's a busy man. When he does come in, he always does something like this, and it's a real deal. Any area, as many areas you have for $33, ZeroResDenver.com. You got to call and book it today. You have to do it today or forget it goes back to normal prices. 303-471-5150. 303-471-5150. And real quick, Bennett's got a comment on Zero Res. Bennett, what is it? I hope it's good.
You know what, Mark, how you doing, my friend?
I'm doing great, Bennett.
I got to tell you about Zero Res. We have used them numerous times.
Love it.
And I swear to God, when they're done, the carpet looked like it's brand new.
And what I liked about it, it's not... I've had other carpet cleaners, and I'll say this in all honesty, they did a good job cleaning it. The stains didn't come back or anything, but it would take... Oh, my God. One time, it was like 24 hours
36 hours to dry.
It was like walking through a swamp.
Bennett, this is what we call a raving fan.
I love
it. And
it.
this is what we work to do. And we appreciate the opportunity to serve you and in your home. That's a sacred place.
And we're going to be calling you shortly.
Okay. Bennett, call him today. You don't have to do it today, but get that deal. And you already know what a good... You're used to paying full price. This deal's made for a guy like you. It's good talking to you,
Thanks, Bennett.
All right, one more time, then I'm going to cut Shane out of here. 303-471-5150. Tell your neighbors, tell anybody. It's one day. You got to book it today. You don't have to do it today, Shane. It's always a pleasure having you in. I like talking about other stuff.
Always a pleasure. Love the passion, love the knowledge, information, and the good that you do for others.
The business savvy you have beyond what you do now. I have a feeling you look at businesses like I do. It doesn't really matter what product you're selling. You're passionate about your product, but I think regardless of what you do, you would do it right, and you'd be passionate, and it's building relationships.
It's relational.
Yep. That's all it really is.
That's
it really doesn't matter what the product is.
That's what we've done for 20 years. That's what we preach, my family, my wife. It's relational, and that's what matters.
It all
could go to hell in a handbasket, and we'd still be okay.
Yeah. All right, Shane, it was great seeing you, man.
Good to be with you, brother.
All right, Keith's got an issue about a contractor we're going to go to, 303-713-8255. 303 Martino, you've been ripped off for taking advantage of. Hey, Kelly, before I go to break, Keith, I promise I'll go to you. That one on line 2, what was that question? That was crazy. I know. What was it, though? Yeah. Yeah. They didn't pay him. Oh, he needs to call back. Hold tight, man. If you're listening, or if he dropped off and you just heard that, call back. I've got some news for you. Hang tight.
Hey, brother, always a pleasure.
All right, man.
Thank you so much. Appreciate you.
Later.
Hope you and Suzanne are doing well.
Thanks, man.
And if you need anything, let us know.
Look hard at what I told you. Your deal is made for that. Beat her up. The pricing's pretty good. I mean, you might be able to beat her up on the pricing. I don't think Liz you can, but whoever.
Yeah, I'm usually not that way. You guys are in business too.
Yeah.
So I don't.
It's a very, for your kind of deal, that's really what this is made for. It's nuts, man. It's one day only. You have to sign up. And you could even do on your landing page, you could even make it. Go ahead. Don't yell at me. I'm pulling them up. All right, I'm ready. Sorry, bro.
Good afternoon. Thanks for calling the Tom Martino Show.
I actually can't believe I did that. I'm sitting there talking to him like I had no commercials. Yeah, but it drives me crazy.
All right, 10 seconds, buddy.
I think Kelly screwed up somehow. I
It's
don't
got
know
to be
how that
Kelly's
happened.
fault.
Right now? David Ellis. You know what this guy does? You got some old earrings hanging around. Maybe you lost one. You have the other one. Anything mismatched. On top of that, how about an old tangled necklace, a gold necklace, or a broken watch? Or how about coins? Anything that's a precious metal.
Okay.
David Ellis will write you a check right on the spot, and he's not going to give you pawn shop money. He's going to give you a good, fair price. Maybe you got an old wedding ring sitting around. I'm not kidding when I say this either. How about some gold teeth? Anything that's a precious metal. He'll weigh it, and you'll pay it right there on site. You can go to 2640 East 3rd Avenue. It's basically 3rd and Clayton, or you can check him out at davidellisjewelry.com, davidellisjewelry.com. Now, I love talking about Euro Plumbing. I want you to do this right now. Call around 3 or 4 plumbers, see how much a water heater is. If they'll even give you a price over the phone, I'll be amazed. Honestly, if they'll even give you a price over the phone. Euro Plumbing will. You know what they'll tell you for a 40-gallon water heater? Not only do they install it, take the old one away, but you get new gas flex lines. You get new water supply lines, the hot and cold. They get rid of the old one. The whole bit. Of course, they pull permits. They do everything the proper way. 40-gallon, $12.99. A 50-gallon, $13.99. It's an unbelievable price, and you can talk to them right over the phone. Maybe you want a tankless or something else. That's what these guys do. That is what they do as water heaters. Call them right now, 303-668-6844. You've been thinking to get that water heater done. Now's the time, 303-668-6844, EuroPlumbingColorado.net. Sheridan Auto Tech, Uncle Kevin. I love Uncle Kevin. You know why? If my car breaks, he can fix it. And he can fix it for less than any dealership. And then on top of that, he gives me a 3-year, 36,000-mile warranty that's nationwide on all repairs. I don't even think dealerships do that. You want the best service. You want the best pricing. You want an honest guy, someone that can service your car, do the oil changes, do the flushes. Then when something does break, take care of it for you at a reasonable price and never screw you over. You go to Sheridan Auto Tech. Check them out at SheridanAutotech.com. SheridanAutotech.com. Sheridan, say it with me, Autotech.com. You know, I hate to say this, but I kind of like the empty room. What do you get? What do you think, Dragon?
I think you deserve to be by yourself. Yeah.
I like it. I like being by myself. Isn't that weird? I guess Suzanne here would be kind of cool.
Right.
But sometimes no guest is really cool. It's a little easier to get focused because when you have a guest, you got to talk about what they do.
Yeah.
Or it's just not, you know.
And you always got to draw it back to them because they're here.
Yeah, I know. And it's hard. And it's something Tom is very good at doing. I'm starting to get a little better at that craft, but I tend to do a lot better if I have no guest. Or I like attorneys, I'll say that. Like John Fuller I like having a good attorney that's also personable and fun to talk to.
Right.
But as far as like, you know, carpet people and HVAC people, I love them all, but it gets a little tough.
It's harder to draw anything into that field.
Well, you go like the carpet one. You go from, I mean, it didn't happen today, but I go from screaming at a contractor that ripped somebody off to, well, what's your special this week? I mean, it's like, wow.
Yeah. Big slap in the face, big turnaround. It's like, that's hard.
And then sometimes you get so worked up. The one thing that is really hard is when you get really worked up. I mean, really worked up. Then you got to go do live commercials. That's where you got to really step up to the plate. That can get difficult.
471 4.
I'll be seething over something.
Yes. 5150.
Do you know about, have they been teaching you guys about All Access yet?
No, I know nothing.
It's going to be crazy, man. So for 10 days leading up to June 1st, they're going to be pushing June 1st like it's Black Friday. iHeart, allaccess.com, and there's going to be screaming deals on there that are insane.
Huh. All right, here you go, buddy.
Thanks. All right, 303-713-8255, 713. Talk. That's the easiest way to remember it. Don't forget, I try to always say this, 303 Martino works on and off the air. So if you can't call right now, but you want to kind of get some help, you can call later in on the day, leave a message, and we'll reach out to you. That's 303 Martino. When we're on the air, it comes here. When we're off, it goes to our voicemail. Someone will reach out to you, try to help. We love helping. That's what this show's about. 303 Martino. Now, Keith has an issue with a contractor, and then Linda, I'm curious what's going on with that duplex, but Keith, you're first, as promised. What is the issue or question?
Yeah, I don't have an issue. I have a question.
So what's your question?
The question is, we are going to have the house re-sided. Now, wouldn't it make sense, I know this is probably commonsensical, but wouldn't it make sense to go ahead and just buy the siding, the product, and then have it set in there, for when the contractor arrives? Because a lot of times the contractor will buy the material, will they not, and then have you pay for it?
Yeah, well, I don't know what contractor you're dealing with. How I would do siding, I would engage with a company that's going to do both. I would not want to buy just the siding. Let's say it's Hardy Board or something. I wouldn't want to go direct and buy it for a few reasons. One, I don't think I'm going to get a good price on it compared to an authorized dealer. But more importantly, then whoever installs it is going to blame the product if there's a problem. And the people you bought the product from, because you didn't have an authorized dealer actually install it, they're going to blame the installation. So you could end up in a circumstance that's no good. What I would do is hire the contractor. If you're not going to hire somebody like, KH, windows and doors and siding, or if you're not going to hire a company that just does that and just a contractor or an install group, I mean, I might do it a little bit of a different way, but what exactly are you looking at doing?
That is exactly we have some of the old 1970s lap siding that soaked up water, and we have a single person that single man outfit that. And my wife made sure she asked, the right questions. Do you have workman's comp? Do you have this other?
Yeah, but Keith, those are great questions your wife asked, but I want you to do this. You got to go one more step and say, I want proof of the insurance, and they'll send you over kind of a deck page. And then you go one more step and you just call that insurance company and verify that policy is still going. And that's very important for what you're talking about, and I'll tell you why. This guy gets hurt and doesn't have insurance. He's going to hit your homeowners.
Right, and that's why she's smarter than your average bear. She's actually smarter than she looks, really. And so, but anyway, so that was good.
You know what?
It?
How long you been married? You got to be married a long time to pull that one off.
I've been going on 23, so yeah.
God, did you hear that, Dragon? He went bam, bam, and it took me. My brain didn't hit. She's smarter than she looks. Now I'm pointing it out, but that was a pretty good one, Keith. I won't remember that. You would hear me get smacked. You got a smack sound, smack, smack. But you know what I'm saying. But Keith, it's good she's asking those questions. What I would do, I still don't think you should. Do you know this guy? Has he done work for you before?
We had it. Thanks, Dragon. We had no, but she called some referrals. She called some referrals.
Okay.
Who he's done work for, and they really liked it.
What product are you looking at? What kind of siding?
I think she's just going to go with that. I don't think she's going to use the Hardy board. We had that on a cabin. That's fine. But we're just going to go with some lap siding that's got the waves in it. Well, I don't know what the hell that is, Mark.
But it's cheap, huh?
Well, it's not really expensive.
Well, nothing's cheap about residing your house, but I'm saying it's not a premium product.
Right.
You might want to ask the manufacturer. Here's what I fear. I would talk to the manufacturer unless if you're just up to, things maybe not working out. But I would ask them if Joe Blow or a contractor of your choice, I guess I wouldn't say Joe Blow, installs it and there's an issue with the siding, not with the installation, but with the siding, are they still going to stand by the warranty? That would be the biggest thing I can think of. And I would also make sure to read everything about that siding that you can digest, meaning what kind of underlayment, what do you have to do around windows, what do you have to do, just anything that has to do with the installation, and make sure he does it properly, because once again, even if they say we don't care who installs it, if it's not installed to specs, you're going to have absolutely 0 to go after. And by the way, Keith, he might have liability insurance, but what happens if he installs this siding and he does it incorrectly, and 2 years from now you find out that house has mold on the inside and out, and it's going to cost a fortune? I don't think he's going to have insurance that covers that. So that's another reason you might think of going a different way. Have you priced it out the way you're talking compared to a company like K&H or a company like Champion?
She did. Somebody wanted $10,000, and this guy will do it for $435 or $4.
So for $4,000, man, it's all risk factor, brother. It's all risk factor.
Mark, appreciate it, guys.
You got it, man. I don't know, Dragon, you're a homeowner, right? What do you think? And you're going to make sure the warranty, the manufacturer, when you buy sidings and stuff like that, it's a little different than other stuff. I mean, it's not a guy installing your dishwasher on the weekend, which could be a problem, too, if they don't hook it up right. You could need a new hardwood floor. But I'm a little, Keith, I love that you're savvy. I'm savvy. I like a deal, but I don't think I'd go down that road. But you know what? That's up to you. Linda, by the way, one line open, 303-713-8255. Linda, what's going on? Hold on a second. I'm going to put her on hold because I don't know if she's going to drop an F-bomb. Sounds like she's yelling at a McDonald's drive-thru window or in ordering lunch, so I'm not sure. Let's take a quick break. We'll come back to Linda. You've been ripped off or taken advantage of. 303 Martino. Can you hear me right now? Yes? Oh, no, I didn't know if you could hear me when I can't hear you. so I can't cuss you out under my breath right now. All right, we love having Retirement Planning Center of the Rockies as a sponsor. Not only are they a sponsor of the show, but Martino's a client. Unlike most investment companies, they're just not going to tell you what stocks to buy or where to put your money, buy this annuity, do that. They're going to do all of that, but on top of that, they're going to actually talk about that transition that people go through into retirement. You're working, all of a sudden you're retired. There's a lot more besides what stock, what investments. There's stuff like how much income, what kind of cash flow are you going to need? How about taxes and the ramification? Should I take out of this Roth account or this IRA? What should I do first? They're going to help you with the tax burden. How about health care? And then, of course, let's talk about legacy. Where do you want everything to go when you pass? You need to give these guys a call. It's 100% free consultation, and they'll just take care of you. Over 40 years experience. These are the people we trust. 970-663-3211. 970-663-3211 or rpcenter.com. Now, made in the shade, blinds, shade, shutters, drapes, and more. These guys can give you a better price than a lot of these companies that actually have you do your own measurement and have you do your own installation. They'll come out, they'll even help you with colors, and it doesn't matter if it's a fix and flip or a $3 million house. They got the shutters or blinds, the drapes, and more that you're looking for. 720-458-6566 or MITSDenverSouth.com. Well, okay, first of all, it's not my fault if you started 3 seconds late.
Hey, you know, that is so much better than any live that Michael Brown has ever done. His 30s go for about 1:15. So
how does he do with Frank when I set up those 120s?
Oh, God, they're 4 minutes.
They're 8 minutes.
Yeah, exactly.
Those are tough. Tom has a real tough time with those, too.
Yeah.
You know why? Because you're dealing with someone not in radio that has no comprehension of any time frame, let alone they want to keep talking.
Exactly, yeah. It's worth their money to keep talking, you know?
It sure is. In fact, if I was buying those and not selling them, I would have a deal with my employees who could stay on the longest.
Yeah, right? He's even got, was it residential? I can't even remember. There's another company, is 60 second with the client.
Oh, my God.
That's insane.
That's not even enough to give out their info after they open their trap.
Exactly. Yeah, those normally go about 2-3 minutes, at least. But it's marked as a 60 second with the client. And it's like, wow.
I've never heard of one of those.
Yeah.
I should sell just to drive you nuts and everybody else. On Brown, I'll sell Brown a 15 second with the client.
Sure.
We're here with Frank Duran today. Frank, how you doing? I'm doing fine. FrankDuranHomes.com. Did you get all your blinds in, by the way, for Made in the Shade?
Today.
Today?
Today.
Wow, talk about timing of a question.
Yeah.
You looking forward to it?
Oh, hell yeah. We saw that there were some that were mismatched, so we got them the other day, a couple of them. And my wife's like, all right, we need to do more.
Oh, I see. You only... I got you.
Well, yeah, because we only got the one section of the house because that's all we really needed.
Yeah.
And as soon as because only part of those came in.
You should have known, brother.
And she's as soon as she saw how they looked when they were in, she's like, no, we need now do the kitchen. Let's do the living room too.
You should have known if I told Suzanne we're going to recarpet and I only did 2 rooms. I mean, I might as well just say, let's just do the house. I mean, it would be crazy.
Yeah. All right, 10 seconds, buddy.
Thank you. You know, I can't believe how many people have called over that zero res deal. I hope Shane doesn't get mad at me. It's a one-time deal today. You got to book it, but zero res, you've seen them around town. They do. I know. I see the lines going crazy. It is a one-day deal. There's no BS. You try to get it tomorrow, go ahead. you're not going to get it. $33 per area, and on top of that, the killer is there's no limit. I'll be transparent here. Generally speaking, carpet cleaning companies in general, they'll say, $40 an area, whatever it is, per area, limit of 3 areas. Then any areas on top of those 3s could be $100 an area. But right now they're doing all areas, $33. You have to book today. Of course, you won't get it done today, but you have to schedule by whatever date they said. And I apologize. I know it's off in the distance, but I don't remember. But Zero Res, and that was Shane Karen. He's a great guy, great owner, been around doing this forever. 303-471-5150. That's all at Denver Metro and Colorado Springs. 303-471-5150. How many people would you say have asked for that, guys? It's insane. Honestly, that deal is truly a loss leader. What they are doing, it's just like when Fix It 24/7 does a 1995 furnace tune-up, which is a real tune-up, by the way. They come out and they clean the blower, they tear it apart, they put it back together, they give you a breakdown guarantee. But it truly is to get in there, get that sticker on your furnace and your water heater and your electrical panel, so if there ever is an issue, they'll do it. And by the way, they don't have that deal right now. I'm using that as an example. But these companies build their brand and build their company by getting into your house that first time, proving what a great company they are. And then, as things start moving forward, you always call them for carpet cleaning or for HVAC or for whatever it is. You guys get the idea. It's not brain surgery. Linda, what is going on with this duplex?
Hi.
Hi, Linda. Hey, were you ordering fast food when I went to you before? I'm just curious.
No.
Oh, fair enough. Fair enough. What is going on with you? What's the question on a duplex?
Well, it's because I live over there in the duplexes, and it was bought out by Deerwood Properties. Well, before we were going through, the landlord went and fixed the heating, the electricity kept going off, and then we have mold in our units. Well, every time we would ask him to fix it, he would tell us to fix it ourselves, and he would take it off our rent. Well, then he wouldn't take it off our rent, and we would have to pay it. So then Deerwood bought it through, and now they're trying to say now they're charging us $1,050 per month plus $50 utility, and if we don't want to sign a lease with them, they're going to charge us $1,300 month to month plus $50 utility fees, and we were only paying $840.
Wow, hold on, Linda.
So
that was a lot to digest. You're a very fast speaker. So you've been living there how long?
I've been living there for a year.
Okay, so for 1 year, and it's been costing you $850 a month, and that included utilities, I believe.
Yes.
And now they want to raise it to what? $1,150?
Yes, $1,150.
Plus water?
Yeah, and utilities in that are not included now.
Okay.
Now we have to pay utilities.
So how much do you think that would be? It's going to go from $850. I mean, what's the guesstimate? $1,300? $1,400?
It's going to go to $1,350.
Yeah, electric's not cheap anymore. I mean, it never really has been, but it's insane right now. And if you got gas, I mean, forget about it. But so a couple things here. You could go month to month. There's nothing you can do about them upping the price. There's just nothing. If your lease is coming up and
it's not that they won't fix anything. See, the thing is when we
give me an idea if something broke.
Units,
Linda, give me an idea if something broke right now.
The heater doesn't work in any of the units.
They're
all connected together?
And it's like a boiler system, I assume?
Yes.
So what are they saying? I mean, sometimes it's hard to get parts for those.
It's an upgrade. She said it's an upgrade. I got 2 other tenants here with me.
Wait a minute. What do you mean it's an upgrade? They got to go in there and upgrade it?
For them to fix it would be an upgrade. They're not going to come in and fix an apartment that's occupied. So she said we have an option, which would be to move. Well, if we're going to be paying $1,350, then we should have heat. We should have electricity. Our electrical units should work.
Well, yes. I mean, especially. Hold on. Who was that was just talking?
Gina.
Gina, I want to ask. Let me talk to Gina for a second. Gina.
Okay,
hey, Gina, I need to understand something. They're telling you in order for the heat to work, they would have to come in and upgrade it and charge you more.
No, she's just saying that that's considered an upgrade. For them to come in and fix anything would be considered an upgrade, and they're not going to do that to an occupied unit.
Gina, heat is
be an upgrade.
Gina, heat is not an upgrade.
No, it's not. That is something that we're paying for, so we should have it in our unit.
Well,
I have a 14-year-old kid that lives there.
How do you? You're telling me if I go over to your place right now, there's no heat?
Nope, and we went all winter without no heat.
Well, how's that even possible? And I'm not trying to. I'm just trying to think of what the other side would say. How come you didn't freeze to death?
Because we all have little space heaters inside of our units.
So they're saying they want you to sign another lease. I almost find this. I almost find this unbelievable. They want you to sign a lease with no heat, or you can leave.
Yeah.
Well, okay. There's a few things here. One, I mean, if your lease is up, I guess you can leave. I mean, why wouldn't you leave? Let's go right there. Why wouldn't you get the hell out of this place?
Well, I mean, the situation that some of us are in, we don't have the last month, first month, plus security deposit to just up and move right now.
So they're just, and this is an opinion, but it sounds like you're saying they're just trying to bully you.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. We have mold inside of our bathrooms they won't come in and fix. But the apartment that is next to us is vacant, and they went in and fixed everything on that apartment.
You know what sucks about this?
On our apartment.
Here, is this in Denver? Where is this?
Yeah, it's in Federal Heights, Colorado.
Is that Denver? I just don't know.
Yeah, it's Denver.
So this is interesting. Denver's all about low-cost housing and everything. I want to try to get in touch with someone in Denver about this, maybe HUD or someone. But here's the deal. I see what they're doing. They're trying to force you guys out. And it's really a scumbag move to do if it's what you're telling me. To take you guys at face value. I'm going to put you on hold because I have to explain to the audience something. When you're under a lease, there's certain things that have to be done. One is heat, one is water. Your plumbing's got to work. You got to be able to flush the toilet. If this stuff doesn't work, you can't force a landlord to fix it. You just can't do it. You simply can't go fix it. You can do what's called a constructive eviction, which is evicting yourself and getting out of the lease. But what these guys are doing, and once again, I'm basing this upon this conversation with Linda, that these guys are scumbags. That's what I'm going to say. My opinion, they're scumbags. They're going, listen, hey, you want to sign the lease and live here with no heat, according to these people, and use your space heaters, and mold and everything else the callers are telling us, Gina and Linda, then you're going to have to sign a 12-month lease and we're not going to do anything. Or you can move out and we're going to upgrade it and actually get the heat working, but then charge you more. Is that correct, guys?
Yeah, correct.
See, this is scumbag move. This is scumbag 101. This is scumlord 101. Who are these people? What is the management company? Do you have a phone number of someone we can reach out to so I can verify this very, very hard to believe story? I want to know. Hang on. I want to take this break so we have time coming back. Pick up that phone, one of you guys. Get this landlord's information. I want to verify it because I have a hard time believing these people are that big of a... That's good. That's good. And yes, I'm ready if you were even thinking. Almost, I think. Let's see here, America. I would like a trophy. If I had a trophy, I'd put it in here. Knowing my luck, it'd be a participation trophy. Yeah. You know who these people should call? I did it. You hit a button. It says right here on call track, he fucked up. That's what it says. Yeah, in fact, it says right on there. How long do I have? Okay. Look on call track. It says right there, Dragon hit a button. I see it. You know, those poor ladies, they should be calling American Restoration if they own the property. You know what these guys do? Rockin' the gang. If you've had a property that's been affected by, say, flood or fire or broken pipes and it's ruined the floor, or mold, how about an unattended death? Or how about, you know, God hope it never happens. You rent out your place and someone opens a meth lab or you find asbestos. These guys got all the EPA certifications for all this stuff. They can get in there. They can take care of it. They can even rebuild. They're great with working with your insurance company to make sure your insurance company isn't cutting any corners. This industry is absolutely riddled with people. There's companies out there, you have some flood damage or roof damage, they can charge up to $150 to put a fan in a room. You want a company that's going to do the job right, deal with the insurance company so you don't come out of pocket, and more importantly, get you back into business. Get your house back. 833-7AM-REST, write it down. It's one of these numbers. When something happens like a fire or flood, you're starting to scramble. You don't know who to call. Get it in your phone. 833-7AM-REST, rocking the guys, American Restoration 24/7. Now I want to talk about a company I absolutely love, The Art of Granite. Suzanne and I have used Mitch Floria and the gang numerous times. Something they do that I don't know of any other company that does. You want new countertops, new cabinets, a new sink. You want that kitchen to look brand new. You want that bathroom redone. The guys at theartofgranite.com, listen to this, they'll give you even a bid over the phone. They'll need some measurements. They're going to want to know if you want granite. And then when you like the bid and you want to move forward, they come out, they do all the measuring. You can go to their warehouse, look at all the different cabinets, look at all the different countertops, whether marble, granite, you get the idea. These guys are unbelievable. We have used them numerous times. I couldn't be more happy with the job. Our kitchen looks gorgeous, and our bathroom looks gorgeous. Our laundry room looks gorgeous, and the other bathroom. We've had them do 4 different rooms, and their pricing I absolutely love. Right now, if you do the kitchen, you get a bathroom for free. Imagine that kitchen, then you have a bathroom on that same floor. It's going to look beautiful. They'll help you with the colors. They can do whatever you want. Go to theartofgranite.com. You can get the number right there. Call them up, get a bid. They're great guys. Theartofgranite.com. Someone I talk to all the time, not just about homes, but Frank Duran, the real estate man. I talk to him honestly quite a bit. I actually consider Frank a friend, but beyond that, I got to tell you, man, you want the best realtor out there that can generate the biggest profit for you on selling that house or cut a deal on buying a house. It's Frank Duran. I don't care what other commercials you hear. Frank sells more homes in 1 month than most realtors sell in a year, and I don't think there's anybody that outsells him in Denver Metro. This guy is closing properties left and right. He knows how to negotiate. He knows how to get a feeding frenzy going. He also comes in, he'll stage a house for free, clean it for free. He's just the best. I don't know how else to put it. You want the best realtor? Go to frankduranhomes.com, frankduranhomes.com. I'm sorry. Did you get the phone number from Linda?
Oh, no, not yet.
Get the phone number and the name of the management company.
Linda, what's your phone number?
No. Management company contact and phone.
this up on the screen for you.
Yeah, I'm not going to out him yet. I don't know how true this stuff is, but I've got some ideas here. I'm going to go to Marty when we come back. And then I'll bring them up, too.
Look, Marty can be a little wordy. And
Marty, smarty.
you only got like 4 minutes here, too. So.
Hey, calm down. Calm down.
Hey.
Calm down,
Hey.
Biff. Burning down the house. Our house is burning down. You know what movie I think of when I hear that song? Do you know?
No.
Come on. I can't actually, Dragon, I am surprised you don't know it. I'm actually shocked. You seem to know most trivia to a degree.
Which one? Burning down the house?
Yeah, what movie is highly associated with that?
Oh.
Literally, their house is burning down, and they're all singing it.
Oh.
I don't know.
Come
Is
on.
that Revenge of the Nerds?
Revenge of the Nerds. Nerds. That's right. Good, Kelly. Very good. All right, 303. Burning down the house. God, that's an old one. Revenge of the Nerds. Revenge of the Nerds, this song was in. 303-713-8255. Hey, I'm going to go back to those callers in a second, but Smarty Marty, I know you have an update. I'm going to put you on this one. I am like a little livid. In fact, it seems so perplexing, and I'm talking, it's a duplex, so I use the word plex. If anybody picked up on that. Dragon, did you get that? See how I did that? Anyhow, thank you. So here's the deal, Smarty. I have a hard time believing what they're saying. Kelly got the phone number to the management company and got the contact there. What they're telling me is if they want to stay there, they got to sign a lease, but they're not going to have heat, which makes zero sense.
I heard the whole story.
So would you do me a favor and get involved in that one?
Of course.
So I want to come back, and by the way, people new to the show, Marty's one of our deputies, and he's probably I'd say he's the best one when it comes to solving cases. I mean, he's not the most handsome guy, but
no,
you know how that goes. Smarty, what is the update? In fact, hold on one second. Hey, tell Linda, tell them. Let me go back to them real quick. Just put her on hold. Hey, Linda, I'm going to have Marty call you off air, and we're going to start doing a deep dive into this and hopefully figure this out for you. Okay?
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I'm not sure what we can do, but I want to verify this story. The one thing we can definitely do if everything checks out is they're not supposed to be doing this. Are you guys on Section 8 or any kind of voucher stuff?
No, sir, but I have something to add to this.
Go ahead.
I'm 51 years old, and I never had to be on oxygen. Now, every time I go to bed, I have to put oxygen on.
Well, Linda, if you want to tie that, if you want to tie that back to mold, you need to call like American Restoration or someone that can do a real mold test.
Yes, I am going to do that. My husband used to do it before.
Are you a smoker?
When he went in there, am I a smoker? No.
Okay, and
I don't. I quit smoking like a year ago.
Oh well.
No, honey, it wasn't due to that.
Okay. Well, Linda, I don't know what it was due to. Well, I'm going to put her on hold. Linda, I want to help you. We're going to have Marty reach out to you. I promise. I don't care if you're a smoker or not. It has nothing to do with that. But you would have to tie the mold to your trouble breathing right now. First, you'd have to prove it's toxic mold or whatever. I don't want to go down that route. I don't want to go down that rabbit hole because the heat thing is where we can get these folks. We can get them. I'm not sure how we're going to do it yet, but Marty's going to dive into this. So you guys just hang tight. Make sure Kelly's got all your info. Now, Smarty, on a separate note, what is going on with Verizon? What was the case about?
I have the consumer on the phone with us. She's a 90-year-old woman who got ripped off for over $600.
How did she get ripped off? Refresh me.
She had a bad phone.
Yeah.
And she sent it in, and she never got the phone back.
Oh, man.
They told her it was too late for any refund.
Who did she send it into?
To Verizon.
So, oh, my God, and no matter what she did, she couldn't get the $600 back?
She didn't get the phone or the $600.
Oh, my God. So what happened when you got involved?
I contacted Media Relations, and a nice lady responded to my email, and she says I'll contact the right party, and I get a call today from the consumer. She's on the phone with us.
What's her name?
Yep. Charlene.
Charlene, Marty got you your $600 back. That's what I'm hoping to hear.
He did. I appreciate that.
Now,
she got a FedEx delivery this morning.
Of a check.
Yep.
Of a check for $672.
I love it. When people hear us talk about all the money we recovered, did you think anything was going to be done with this?
Nope.
I've been trying since last.
She's been trying for months.
And finally we got it. No, I guess what I meant, I was really asking her, Marty, if she thought we'd be able to pull it off. And Marty, you said no, but honestly, generally, you do pull it off, and it doesn't matter. Now, some of them where the consumer's just absolutely bat crazy, that's a whole different thing, but that's not this case. 90-year-old woman got back $600. God, I love it. Hey, does anybody have Tom's dinger? Dragon, you usually have that close by. Oh, there it is. I love it. I love it. That's what this show's about. Smarty Marty, you're one of the best. We appreciate it. Please, let's get on that other one. By the way, if you've been ripped off or taken advantage of or need help, don't forget, help at Troubleshooter.com or 303-MARTINO. We're going to be kicking it up tomorrow. My name's Mark Major. This is the Troubleshooter Network. What's that, Kelly? That was a good update. $600. We had one way before you that this is so. It was a 90-year-old blind blind person they sold DirecTV to. It was the most it was so unethical. It was crazy. It was a reseller of DirecTV, and they had her in a 3-year contract plus equipment. We called DirecTV up and gave them a little sample of the call that we had on air, and they got her out of the contract and made it good. But can you imagine a blind woman?
Yeah, selling to a blind person.
Well, there's subtitles. Sorry.
There's a volume.
There's a volume, yeah.
There's a volume.
That was mean. I should have said that.
All right, I'm out.
Have a good
Oh,
one,
shit,
dude.
I gotta walk out.
Yeah, please get your shiznit out of my computer. Oh. Yeah. I literally just got off a plane. 4 hours is fucking crazy.
Wonder if Tom got his passport. What do you think, Kelly?
Oh,
If anybody could fuck it up, it's him. If anybody could fuck it up, it's him.
It will be a nice little update tomorrow.
Did you get it? Oh, I got down there and they were closed. He drove the lineman to get his passport.
I couldn't find it.
Why did you drive the lineman to get his
Because he could. He waited till the last minute. He's going to Italy for a while.
Oh, that was the clearest place he could get that was open or whatever?
That he could get an appointment. Everybody around here was 3 to 4 weeks out, so there's one in Lyman. So he took off for Lyman.
That's hilarious, man. What a dork.
Yeah. You know what? Everybody waits till the last minute.
I know. Yeah, I think I got in under the line when I went to Ireland. I think I got there like 2 days before the deadline. I mean,
now they've changed it. Oh yeah, the deadline. You're right.
Yeah.
It used to be if it was valid. Now, if you leave the U.S. and it expires, I think 60, it might even be 90 days. They won't let you go.
Yeah. Have a good one, dude.